Bam, we're live. I added stuff to the show notes before or after I sent it to you. Sorry, not a lot. Just a couple.
Refresh.
Just a couple things here in the beginning. Paper Street Coffee. Everything up until midnight tonight is 25% off with code Sevan. Everything is 25% off, and it looks like, I never knew this, and I don't know if it's always like this, but it says free shipping with orders over $49.99. And I know some people had been telling me that the shipping was expensive. I'd gotten 2 DMs like that over the last year. But now it's free with over $49.99. Anyway, that's a hell of a deal, 25% off. It only lasts till midnight tonight. So those of you who need coffee, head over there, use the code Sevan. Get $50.01 worth of stuff. Get the free shipping.
Have you had the canned coffee, the canned nitro cold brew yet?
I did. I had it yesterday.
Yeah, it's super good.
I tell myself I'm trying not to drink coffee after the show, but yesterday I went roller skating with the boys.
I saw that.
And where'd you see that?
I think on Haley's Instagram.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. You looked good. You looked good out there.
I never. I'm out there. Oh no! Oh no!
It's just a brief shot. It's a brief shot.
Oh no! What's going on here? Oh, is it in her story?
Without your permission, yeah.
Yeah, let me see. Oh yeah, okay. Here, I'll share this. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. Let's see.
Look at that. How sweet.
There's Avi.
He's
Look,
skating.
He thinks he's skateboarding. He thinks he's skateboarding. That's the first time I've been roller skating in, I don't know, since the 7th or 8th grade.
That was awesome. I didn't notice how he was like skateboarding it the first time I saw it.
We went 2 days in a row. We went not yesterday, but the day before, and I didn't roller skate. I just stood there, and anytime anyone had to go to the bathroom, I took him off the rink and took him to the bathroom. And then yesterday, we went with some friends, and we actually went with Allison and Brendan and their kids, and Donovan and his daughter. And Brendan's like, "Hey, are you going to get out there? Don't make me go out there by myself." So I went out there, and it was dope. I loved it. Cool. Kenneth DeLapp, 25% with free shipping is a steal. Yeah, it's pretty time to get like a year's worth of coffee. Just take advantage of that.
Yeah, load up.
I was thinking about this today in the shower, the whole Floyd 19 thing again. And I was thinking about the shit that Katrin posted about me. And I was thinking about how many times in the last, like, starting with what Hiller did 6 months ago by actually showing the interview with Stacey Tovar, basically showing how helpful it was to women everywhere to show that. Mm-hmm. And then to see it come up again 2 weeks ago, instead of like that chick, the Bethy chick saying, "Hey, thank you, Sevan, for asking the hard questions. I'm toxic as shit," which is, it's not even hard questions. Let me rephrase that. Thank you for asking the relevant questions. It's not really that hard to be like, "Hey, there's women everywhere, girlfriends, moms, sisters, and daughters taking hormones to affect their menstrual cycles," and to ask a professional athlete about that who is so in tune with their body. It's not hard. It's definitely the right thing to do. And to be, it reminded me similar of the racism thing. There's these women who think that they're supporting women, but really they're just fucking sending them back to the Stone Ages. Mm. And then the people who have that fallacy of argument where they appeal. What's up, Caleb?
Hey.
They appeal to authority, saying that I'm not a doctor, so I can't ask a professional athlete how taking hormones is affecting their performance. And I understand, and I'm not stupid. I understand where it makes them feel uncomfortable, because when you talk to people about birth control, you're swerving into their lane of their sex life with their mate, and that's considered private. I think for a lot of people, and I think that that's appropriate too. But at that point, when you're a public figure and you have that kind of knowledge, and Stacey was kind enough to share that, yeah, the other girls, other individual athletes told me that when they got off of, and she said whatever the birth control was, that it actually, they realized the hormones that they were taking in order to be able to have unprotected sex and not get pregnant was affecting their performance. And then furthermore, I never went back, and I've told you guys this before. I never went back and looked at that interview after Katrin made those stupid, fucking idiotic posts, and the New York Times wrote that stuff trying to make it sound like I did something bad, because I was actually in denial. Like not denial. I was afraid that maybe I did do something bad.
It's like when a cop gets behind you, like you question like you're completely fine, and then they get behind you, and you're like, wait, what?
Exactly. It was exactly like that. And so as all that stuff comes up, I'm having fun with it, and I'm actually want to grab that. I'm going to grab that clip here from CrossFit's YouTube here soon, and kind of just show all that. And it made me realize that all the athletes, not just Katrin, but not all the athletes, but so many of the athletes that did post I'm out, how much harm they did. And when I was in the shower this morning, I asked myself this question: what do you think the largest, and I don't even know what this word means anymore, but I'm going to use it anyway, and I apologize. What do you think the largest minority-owned chain business in the world is? I bet you it's CrossFit.
Oh, interesting.
I bet you it's fucking CrossFit. By far, I bet you there's not even a second place. I mean, every gym in South America is owned by a minority. What do you think the largest chain owned by people with melanated skin is in the United States?
Like chain under singular brand.
I bet you it's CrossFit. And I've told this story before too. My wife was Greg Glassman's executive assistant for 10 years. Very close to him, maybe closer to him than anybody else. And letters would come to Greg from all over the world, and often my wife would respond to them. And letters would come from prison. And this letter came from prison, and they would want something from Greg, like, hey, or they would just be thanking Greg. But there was this one particular letter that started coming from prison, and this guy wanted, I believe, an L1 manual. And if I remember the story right, you couldn't just send the whole manual. You could only send like 1 or 2 pages at a time.
Yeah.
And so over the years, my wife, for months, she sent this guy the entire L1 manual, like in 1 or 2 pages at a time. And she didn't have to do that. No one told her, hey, respond to these letters. She would just, since she was involved in organizing Greg's life, she would just take the responsibility on her own and write back to these prisoners or whoever. And she sent this guy a shitload of, pages from the L1. He eventually got the L1. And when the guy got out of prison, my wife checked on him and asked him, would you like to take the L1 now for free? And he said, oh my God, of course. And then he said, hey, I'd like to open an affiliate. And she said, okay, I'll waive your affiliate fees for you. First of all, I want to ask you this, do you think any of that kind of stuff is going on now at CrossFit Inc.?
No.
And that's not a dig at them.
No, it's not happening like that anymore.
You think any of that is happening? This guy happened to have black skin. My wife had no idea.
How could she? It was letters.
Well, I mean, she should have asked, right? She should have, excuse me, we have a we have a quota. We only write back to black prisoners.
Irrelevant.
If you're a white privileged prisoner, you can absolutely. If you're privileged like Jason Tomlinson, then you absolutely cannot get a free L1 manual. So he goes to the L1 for free. He gets his affiliate, I think, for free. And he opens the affiliate. And 2 weeks before Greg writes Floyd 19, that guy's on the CrossFit podcast. It was Corey Allen of Batcave CrossFit. And he tells his story. Do you think in that time any of those people like Katrin who said I'm out have done anything that's even close to just that one? And I'm going to tell you more stories. There's thousands of these stories. Do you think that she's done anything to even to match that, to help minorities, to help what she wanted to cancel Greg for?
Definitely not in that magnitude, if at all.
Do you think that she's done anything for women at the magnitude of letting what Stacey Tovar did on the Sevan podcast, letting women know that the hormones are affecting your performance? Do you think she's done one thing like that? You go over to her Instagram account and you look at her pictures of her with her all her fake ass pictures with her stage pictures with her hockey playing boyfriend on the in Idaho.
I knew he had that dude
in Coeur d'Alene. Yeah, he's been on this podcast too. I just texted him the other day too to say what's up.
We've had one twice.
Oh, we have.
Mm-hmm.
I had to reach my black quota minimum. Every black guy gets on the show twice. It's It's really, the more and more I look back at it, it's so fucking insane when you think about how bad these people are and the damage that they did to not just this company but society. Let me go on further to share this with you. When Greg sold the company, there was a gym downstairs at CrossFit HQ that was free, and it was only free. It was a prejudice gym because it was only free for old people and fat people. You were not allowed to go there unless you were old or fat. It didn't even matter if you were black. It was only for, and it had over 100 clients that went there for free. And it had 2 full-time world-class trainers, like flow masters, that rotated in and out. Arguably maybe the best gym in the world. That gym is gone. That gym was shut down by Eric Rosa very quickly after he took over.
Such a bummer.
Do you think CrossFit's doing anything like that right now?
Yeah, I'm afraid to ask. Do they even have a gym for like staff at the headquarters?
I want to be very clear. This is not a dig at them now. They're getting their bearings straight. I really like Don. We made a video the other day about affiliates in an affiliate commercial so that I could go pee. And I basically just sat in my garage and went off the cuff, and we made an L1 commercial. And that video's had over 1,200 shares already. We've received over 100 DMs from affiliates saying, holy shit, mostly overseas affiliates.
I wonder
isn't it weird that CrossFit hasn't reposted that? I don't want them to repost it, by the way. I'm more than happy with them not reposting it. We put it on YouTube, and it's already just getting crazy traction.
Yeah. I wonder if when the last piece of content that's been out by any of CrossFit's handles that has had that same amount of impact within the community, amount of shares and stuff like that.
Do they not see what we're doing over here? There's like 5 things we're doing. Every time we post a video like that, there's 5 things we're doing. We're improving our brand. We're taking air out of the room. We're leveraging the community. We're becoming the leaders. Do you not? Let me tell you what's going on over there. There's people over there, I bet, who know how valuable that is. But then there's people over there who have giant egos, and they're not putting they're not prioritizing what's important. If you work at HQ, the most important thing to you has to be the affiliates. It has to be. Even if you don't want it to be, it has to be.
Yeah, it's your lifeblood. Without those.
Would you like me to cut off your finger or take out your heart? No one chooses their heart. You have to pick one. I want to also go on to say that during the time at CrossFit, and I wish I could tell you this exact number, but I don't know. But while I was at CrossFit, I guarantee you Greg gave away over 500, but it might be 5,000. But he gave away over 500 1 year. Not L1s. He did that too. But he gave away over 500 1 year memberships to affiliates at $2,000 a year. That's $1 million. The reason why I know is because I was always with Greg. And it would go like this. We would be at line at Starbucks. There would be some lady who's obese behind us or in front of us. Greg would start talking to her and be like, hey, do you want to get into one of our gyms? Find a gym near you, and then email Sevan. And then she would email me or she would call me. And then I would call the affiliate, and I would set the affiliate up with our accounting team, and they would pay for the membership. So that right there is a minimum of $1 million of his own money that he pumped back in to give memberships to people at affiliates. I personally, I bet you I gave away 500, to be honest, and I bet you Greg gave away 5,000. I bet you Greg gave away $10 million of his own money in affiliate memberships. I bet you. Do you think any of that is going on now? Do you think any of that is going on now? Do you think there's anyone besides Don who can do that? It's just fascinating to me. Fascinating. Do you think Greg looked at these people and was like, hey, that guy's a black guy, he gets a free membership, that guy's a Native American? No.
Nope.
No.
It's either they need it, they could benefit.
Your skin color never, ever, ever mattered. Your sex never mattered. All you idiots out there who's still using the word gender, conflating it with sex. God, you are just part of the problem. Stop doing that. Just use the right word. It's sex.
I wonder if Dave could give away affiliate memberships or L1s.
I used to get in trouble because I gave away so many L1s.
Like you would make the promise and then you'd come back and you'd be like, hey, so I was talking to this guy where they're like, damn it, Sevan, you didn't give that away.
Yeah.
And you're like, they could really benefit from it. They need it.
I would always be accused of doing it like to show off how powerful I was.
Yeah. You know that underserved.
You're just doing that to show off. Well, okay. Whatever the reason is.
Just dick swinging.
Whatever the reason is.
Dude, I tried to get into that underserved class multiple times.
To teach it?
Not to teach it, just to observe it, just to get close. Just to, I messaged, I talked to Pat Sherwood, I messaged Katie Hogan, I think I messaged Wes Pyatt. I can't remember who else I messaged.
When Greg wanted to start the program, since I was in the office, unlike that caller who said I was never in the office, since I was one of the only executives in the office every day, I started the program under Greg's guidance. And when I say started, I basically called Jenny Lau, who ran our gym at the time. And I said, hey, and we held a meeting downstairs and Rory was involved. And kudos to Rory McKernan, who's over there at Mayhem now. He, I think he's Rich's manager, but they got it up and going. Rory knew someone who had like a local news show on Facebook in the Scotts Valley, Santa Cruz area.
Mm.
And he basically said, hey, fatties and old fuckers, we got a free gym for you.
Yeah.
And the program started taking off. And then eventually Jenny got fired for no reason, which was absolutely fucking nuts. Probably one of the best trainers I'd ever seen in my fucking life. She got fired, and then they started rotating in L1 trainers, and that's when they had Michelle Moots and Zach Pine down there. And what was the guy's name you said from CrossFit Gilroy or whatever?
Wes
Pyatt. Yeah, he would be there a lot. My mom would go there, and my mom was kind of like the token fit. She was old, but she was too fit to be in the class. But they still let her go there. My mom would go there and beat up on those fuckers.
Yeah. Some of those people in that class that were like upwards of 125 pounds overweight and stuff, their whole workout was listening to the whiteboard debrief, walking out to the car for the warm up, and like coming back in and like sitting on the high box. Yeah.
There were several people in there who were 400 pounds or more.
Yeah.
I remember watching them do their burpees. What they did is they would stand like 12 inches away from the wall and then just fall against the wall and then push themselves back up.
Well, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get in that class, is you got to really see the creativity as far as like adjusting and scaling the workouts from those L1 trainers. And so it was that, and then just watching how they handled objections and stuff. And because, the whole deal, especially for you guys, and it looks like Heidi's going to go get her L1 next week, and congrats.
She is?
Yeah, she put in the comments. You're going to hear a theme, which is like be relentless with the people you're coaching, be relentless. So I was just wanted to be around them as they were like still interjecting that, but into a group that you have to be dynamic in the way that you're being relentless and what you're being relentless with when you're giving them the material, because it's such a slow roll start for them.
Robert, Sevan, would you ever open your own affiliate? So I used to, when I first started CrossFit, I would load up the back of my pickup truck every single day, and I would go to this track that was a track, like, and it had pull-up bars there, and it had grass in the middle. And I would go there and train with my wife every single day. And slowly over time, after about a year, I probably had 10 people that would come there and work out with me every single day, just random people that I had met at the track. And at that time, I thought it would be cool to open an affiliate. Since then, and I've been talking to Souza about this a lot lately, we're actually going to do a show here very soon on what it takes to run an affiliate. And basically by what it takes, not about any of the emotional or ethical or commitment to excellence. We're going to talk about just the numbers. We're going to pull up a spreadsheet, and we are going to look at all the numbers of what it takes to run an affiliate. And to be completely frank with you, that shit scares the shit out of me. And that's why I don't think I would ever run an affiliate, because I've run the numbers on paper before. And if you have 200 affiliates who pay $200 a month, and you have $16,000 a month in overhead, that means it was, I think the numbers were is that you would have to run every single class yourself with no coaches, and you'd only make $48,000 a year.
Yeah, the numbers don't look great.
And that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
That really recently say that again, Caleb.
So you'd make about as much as I do.
There you go. There you go. I'd rather go.
You own your own business.
200 gyms.
Yeah, but you get to be part of an equity experiment. You're doing God's work, Caleb.
I think I got it pretty good.
I was going to do my L1 on the 3rd of next month, but cannot. Going to look for the next one. You guys, please send me DMs telling me about your L1 experience. I love hearing that.
Be such a shame if Big and Flexi went and somebody from HQ didn't chat with them at that L1.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Corey, good morning.
What's up? Corey Polito from North Carolina. My genders are...
What are your pronouns, please? I don't want to mispronounce you. Get canceled.
Yeah. That trigger you? Hey, now I don't want to interrupt the L1 talk, but I got to get something off my chest.
Please.
Dude, what's up with your hate on tattoos lately?
Oh, it's been something. Probably because I'm just too scared to get one myself. It's probably
I figured that's what it was.
I'm probably overcompensating for
projecting.
not. Yeah, I'm probably overcompensating because I want one.
So
and I'm too much
hard.
of a pussy to get one.
You gotta get you tatted.
Yeah.
I know a guy.
I semi agree with you because I've got some jacked up tattoo stories.
Everyone who has a tattoo has multiple tattoos has a jacked up tattoo story.
Yeah. Like I like what I have now, but it took close to 15 years and some shitty tattoos to get to where I am right now. I've got like 30. Someone was saying 200 hours under the needle.
Yeah.
I think I've got like close to 30 hours under the needle. You can't really see any of them except for a little bit on my chest. But I mean, I've got like the wrong dates tattooed on me that I had to fix. My dad and I, our first tattoo at 18, my dad said, let's get matching tattoos. And I got like a true fucking Mexican. I got my name blasted across the back of my name like a soccer jersey.
Hey, see, I approve of that.
Yes.
I approve of that. Like, see, the way you said that, like a true Mexican. Like, I approve of that. You got it in that gangster. You got it in that gangster goth writing.
The Old English.
Yeah.
Yeah, Old English. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
And my dad comes out of the room and he didn't get it. We were supposed to get matching tattoos, and he was like, I decided not to get it. I got something on my arm instead. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is a life. Yeah. And so I waited another 6 years, and then I got my nephew's birthday tattooed on my ribs. And I showed it to my sister, and her first response was, is this a fucking joke? And I was like, what? And she said, that's not his birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I sat another 6 years without getting tattoos until I finally got them all.
I know which ones I'll get. I know which ones I'll get if I get them. I've already decided. I would get my wife naked on my forearm in black and white, like with her hands behind her head, like with her legs
like a pinup
crossed.
girl.
Yeah, like a pinup girl with just big old titties. And then I would do that in black and white. I would get Popeye, when he would eat the spinach and flex his muscle, he would have the tank there, and then another tank came out of the turret, and another tank came out. I would do that on the bicep, and then on my chest, I would do a huge pirate ship shooting cannons with skeletons on the deck with swords, like the old Sinbad claymation movies from the 60s.
Oh, profile view of the ship? Or
huge.
Front view of the ship or profile? Front view?
Front view, just the cannons shooting at you with that. I'd get that. Yep.
He's not big enough to get the profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are my and maybe on my penis your mom was here. Maybe. If I get
right
crazy.
on the shaft.
Yeah. Right down the shaft.
Or like on tramp stamp it says exit only.
No, not that. But I appreciate the thought of that. I appreciate the
okay.
there's this is This is getting a little close to. Don't lie, Sevan. You get shirtless, Rich Froning. I don't know. I'm not opposed.
Not a bad idea.
Not opposed.
Just had to speak my truth. Get the calls rolling in.
Okay. Thank you, Corey.
Thanks, Corey.
Thanks for
All right, Jeff.
unfucking me. Okay.
All right.
Sevan, you should get a tat of a rainbow flag. I don't know.
Sometimes color doesn't look that great on tattoos.
You were talking about people who never did CrossFit before they're level 1 without doing CrossFit. That was me. I love the course, but definitely missed absorbing some stuff because I was worried about the test. Wow. Yeah. The test really is not important. The test is really not important, but that's amazing, Mike, that you took it without doing CrossFit. I don't recommend doing it that way, but all the gyms were closed when I got mine. I recommend doing it that way. No, I don't like the butthole stuff. Not so much. Not so much. Anyway, that was my whole thing. It's just it's so weird to reflect back on how much the millions of dollars worth of money he gave for people. Basically, it would work like this too. He would see someone and he'd be like, you can sign up for a gym for 3 months for free and I'll pay for it. And then he would tell Haley, my wife, or he would tell me, hey, if after 3 months they like it, extend it another 9 months. And they always did, of course. They always did. They ended up. And just imagine how many of those he gave away. Thousands, I bet. And none of those people did any research. What made me also think about this is we're having a guy named Xavier DeRosa on tomorrow. And was he a member at your gym, Susan?
Yeah.
He's a go-getter. That dude can fucking talk. I watched a bunch of his videos last night. His fucking shit is tight. He knows what he's talking about.
He is. He's real sharp. And actually, that's why he said was a member, because he got so much opportunity through like PragerU and stuff now that he's just I don't know how closely you follow, but sometimes he'll post up like his travel schedule and stuff. It's crazy.
Busy.
Yeah. I mean, and that was his goal. Like as he was working through it, I still remember I told him when he got like his first like 5,000 followers or something. I was like, hey, don't forget who your number one fan was. I would always talk to him about his content stuff at the gym and things like that. And he blew up. Rightfully so. I mean, he talks really well. He's articulate. He's sharp. And he's dynamic in his background of how he got to where he's at. It's going to be an interesting story.
This is going to be a really bold statement, but I was thinking as I was watching his videos last night that it's never been more relevant to be melanated than any point in time since slavery. Because in the irony here is this goes against everything I was saying, but this is actually the time to actually judge people by the color of their skin based on the ones who have black skin who are now speaking up. Because what they are doing is they're basically they are making the attempt at setting the white man free from the cage of insisting that racism exists or that they're racist. It's so fucking brave what they're fucking doing. It was the same thing that I would have loved someone in the type 2 diabetes or obese community to speak up during COVID, or someone from the elderly to speak up during COVID. And by the parallel I'm drawing there is they can say things that white people are just terrified to say. And I'm not justifying that they should be terrified. They should speak up. I just did a post last night. Like, I wonder, I think half my friends are racists who parade around as not racist, and the other half are cowards. Those are the two categories I could put like the vast majority of my friends into. So it's such a trip. It's so weird to have people come on my show, and I've had 100 private conversations about their opinions about COVID and racism, and then on this show they're pointing, they can't even, they stay away from it like the plague because they're so scared.
Not everybody's a salmon.
And then the other people, like my friend Bethany, she's parading around as someone who wants to protect women, but really just builds bars for them. Stay in your cage.
Attention-seeking populist.
Yeah, that's a great phrase. Anyway,
right. Some voices are more powerful and influential and impactful over others in certain times.
yeah, it's so good to hear this guy. It's so good to hear this guy Xavier DeRosa speak.
And his age group and stuff like that too. He's at a time where like it doesn't make him popular. I'll tell you that.
They're racist in this sense. They're racist in this sense.
He just calls friends racist.
Yeah, I did. They're racist in this sense. They're the one, and I've used this analogy 1,000 times, but they're the ones who are out riding with the posse, the 50 guys on horses looking for the killer, but they are the killer. And so no one's looking inside the posse. That's what the woke crowd is. They're the racist, sexist, homophobes. They're the transphobic, but yet they ride with the posse that's supposed to be hunting them. Day 63, almost done. Almost done with what?
I think they were saying they're doing
75 hard.
yeah.
Oh,
75
awesome.
hard.
Congratulations.
I almost said 73 hard. I'm glad you jumped in there, Caleb. I was 73 hard.
I think it's like a 16 hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're such ding dongs. Lane Norton and Steffi Cohen. What it is they lack. They're probably I don't know this for sure, but they're probably insane narcissists and can't put what they're saying in perspective. A little bit of heroin is okay, that they say to the crowd that's just addicted to heroin. That's not what you tell the crowd that's addicted to heroin.
Yeah, but if
know,
you tell
know
them
your
that,
audience,
then you're liked. You're liked. You're on their side.
right?
You could still lead the pack, but you could do it in a way that's so soft you don't actually have a true opinion.
Andrew Hiller was talking about, I think he got it from Lucas Parker, but about be careful from getting your programming from someone who's juiced up, because their programming will be all skewed and it won't work for someone who's not juiced up.
Interesting.
And
Don't worry, Hiller's programming works.
Have you been doing it?
No, I just seen a lot of people doing it.
Get out of here. He was paid to say that.
But the same thing is true with, like, I'm not basing my sugar intake on how much sugar Scott Panchik eats. Like my body,
people do.
Yeah, I'm not. That's not a dig at Scott. He's just on. That's a compliment to Scott. He's on a whole nother. I'm not basing my sugar intake based on what Matt Fraser does. Speaking of which, Matt Fraser, I think Matt Fraser was one of the few athletes who never posted anything stupid. I don't ever remember him posting any of that I'm out shit.
Because he just posts a picture of himself working out and doesn't add a caption. Just like all the rest of his athletes.
He said something in the one of the documentaries that came out about the games, and and I think he was on the bus, like driving back to the ranch or something when they were bussing him around for the 2020 games. And he goes, yeah. And he said something to Noah, I think. And he goes, oh yeah, aren't you protesting this? And he goes, these people think they're protesting. He goes, if you really wanted to protest, you wouldn't have said anything. Then at the 3, 2, 1 go, everybody just would have stood there and then refused to compete. He goes, that's how you protest. You don't just post something online. And he was kind of like giving a dig at Noah about it. You'll have to watch. I'm sure somebody knows it better than I do. But essentially that was it. And I remember thinking, like, kind of like Frazier a little more now.
Yeah, the World Cup has been the same exact thing. Those guys are tools.
Yeah. And he also called them out on the fact of the virtue signaling. He was like, you're just posting it online. That's not doing shit. He goes, if you really want to stage a protest, you would have done this. And it was like, wow, yeah, you're right. That would have made an impact. What they're doing isn't making a single impact. You're
not going to say I'm out to 300K. Oh, you mean the fact that he won? I honestly think that, I suspect that Matt thinks more like I do than I suspect that Matt is very logical. That he understands that those people, that woke crew, is demanding to see things in the world that are not only not there, but also by continuously talking about them, you're creating the reality.
Yeah, I wonder if every time.
That was the craziest thing that Xavier Rosa said. He said that because he was a liberal, he was so swept away by the media that he actually thought that cops were a danger to him, even though he had all the metrics said that cops weren't a danger to him. And it wasn't until he looked at the numbers that he was like, wait a second, this is all a lie.
Yeah, wait till I'm sure as you comb through and as you're doing your, you've probably already seen it, but he was straight up like inside the BLM riots.
Yeah. He was full BLM guy.
Leading it with the sign and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah, it's real. He'll tell his story, but it's definitely really interesting how the whole thing unfolded. Hey, you think during that time when those athletes were saying I'm out, Sevan was like, Matt was like, every time someone said it, he's like, oh, cool, I don't got to compete against this person. Oh, this person's out. Just got a little bit easier.
I mean,
we were making a joke.
I hope he was.
We were making a joke here that if so many people drop out, they'll eventually go down the list of the open and they'll be like, okay, Matt's who's a number 13,536. You're up. Everybody else dropped.
Since you're not doing the 100-pound dumbbell, I am doing the 100-pound dumbbell. Matter of fact, I just got my 70-pound dumbbell and I did 30 reps with it the other day. And now I got something wrong with my arm right in here. It's fucked up.
Golfer's
so
elbow?
No. Yeah, something. Yeah. What'd I do? Pull it?
Just old.
Something here. Something here is not good. And when I pick my kids up, it hurt. Like that hurts to close my arm like that now. Something in here got. But I'm
probably overuse injury.
But I don't even. I only do dumbbell snatches once a week. I'm pretty sure I could do the 100-pound now, but I just want to work up to it. I think the hardest part is going to be that overhead position and holding it for a second. But so I'm just ordering the dumbbells. I hope I'm 6 months away from getting the 100-pound. But that 70-pound one fucking took me for a ride. I think it was when I was lowering it, because on the lower I was trying to get the eccentric movement to get stronger, and I think something happened in there. It didn't hurt while I was doing it, but ever since that day I did it, something in there is not good. I'm old too. You have to remember. I didn't fall roller skating. Roller skated for over an hour and a half.
Yeah, you were cruising.
Yeah, I was chilling.
Yeah, you're good.
Fucking athlete.
Don't you do that thing like this and it will help with
this?
Yeah.
Take a towel and twist it?
No, they make like a rubber thing that's like it's supposed to be for like tennis elbow and golfer's elbow. They rotate it and just helps you. You could also do really lightweight, like eccentric movement with it, like pinched up against a bench and like slowly lower it, super lightweight, and then just hold it out extended, then pick your weight up and pick it back and just do the eccentric movement, help it get like more blood flow, especially as you warm up if you're going to lift with it again. And then stay away from any of your like rope climbs or like free hanging stuff for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't do rope climbs in the winter.
Bands.
Go ahead.
Just take a bunch of rubber bands and then just doing like these.
Oh, yeah.
Like put them on your finger. I literally, when I get the same issue in my elbows, I'll just sit at my desk and just do these for fucking hours.
20. I think I do 22 push-ups a day.
Tell me what that does to bring awareness to their own suicide, Victor.
I think I do.
Don't spoil it, Caleb.
It's such a fucking crock of shit. I can't stand it.
Yeah, 70 pounds is heavy. Well, that's the weird part too. It's so fucking heavy that when I grab it too, Bruce, I don't think it's going to go overhead ever, but it does. But I don't ever think it. And I haven't, in those 30 that I did the other day, I didn't catch any of them in a full snatch. Like all of them I caught like here and then had to push it out. By the end, I was getting closer. Oh, that thing. Okay.
There it is.
Oh yeah. Someone gave that to my wife. My buddy Donovan gave one of those to my wife. I'm like, hey, dude, don't give one of those to my wife ever.
we're gonna have to have a talk here. So just
like,
bringing that shit out the house. But yeah, that's it. You just go through different like warm-ups and stuff with it and help with it. Tendonitis.
Jessica Pearson, I'm free of sugar today, thankfully. Awesome.
Great job, Jessica.
Today's my fasting day. It's all downhill from here. Okay. Shall we start in? Trying to think. We just can. Let's start at 124. The irony is that psychiatry is also not a hard science. Psychiatry.
What number? Sorry.
124. Did you get the whole list? Did the whole list come? It should go all the way to 271.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I think because the list is so long.
Yeah,
it stops. Right?
Yeah, it just cuts it off in the email, so I have to open up a second window. But I got it all.
Mine stopped at 152.5
Today.
today.
0.5,
Yeah,
huh?
the new 0.5.
124. Okay. Action. I don't even know what this is.
Transgenderism from a psychiatric standpoint.
First, let's define the terms sex and gender.
Yes, please.
Oh.
Sex is biology.
Okay.
Sex is unchanging. It's
Okay.
based on chromosomes. 99.999% of the cells in the body are marked either male or female. Gender, on the other hand, is a perception. It's a feeling. It's a way of identifying. It's an experience. That's subjective.
It sounds like what you're saying is that if a man is male, but
Can we pause?
thinks of himself as a woman,
That also means it's imaginary. So people know that's your imagination. That's tantamount to your imagination. Your gender is your imagination. I know I'm preaching to the choir. Okay.
not actually a woman.
That's correct.
What is transgenderism?
So if I think it's the same as thinking that you're a dragon, but you're not actually a dragon. Because it's just your imagination. You don't have any dragon chromosomes. That's what gender is. Stop fucking using that word. Normal people don't even have genders. No one's sitting. I think a healthy person isn't sitting around. I never sit around and think, what am I going to do today to let the world know that I'm a man? It's fucking what? It's nuts. Until someone points that out, and then maybe you start doing it. But okay, no, 127. Doctors don't know shit about nutrition. Remember, they are the pawns of the pharmaceutical companies. I wonder if this has been pulled down.
What do you know? You're not a doctor.
Here we go. Here we go.
A freaking gas station in the cafeteria at University of Arizona Medical School. Look at this. Soda. What is this? 7-Eleven? All this junk food over here. More Skittles. Seed oils. Fritos,
Pause.
Chicken finger.
I think in some countries, Skittles are outlawed.
Yeah, definitely some colors of them for sure.
Yeah, I think
colored
Skittles
dyes.
are outlawed in some countries because they're whatever they have in them is not a food product.
Red 5 or something like that.
I think
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
It's not considered food.
That makes sense.
Fucking nuts. So this is Dr. Palladino. I'm saying Saladino. Dr. Saladino.
yeah.
He's been on the show a couple times. This is in the University of Arizona Medical School's cafeteria.
It's crazy.
That's
Crazy.
That's like every university, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Every state school is going to look exactly like that.
Yeah. Dude, even inside the hospitals look like that.
Oh,
Chicken
for sure.
fingers,
Like-
French fries.
Yeah.
The hospitals I work at looks
yeah.
exactly like that.
Yep.
Not this
Nuts.
one. We don't get shit over here.
You just get frozen green beans. That's cool.
Chicken tenders reheated from a week ago.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, to actually stop and think about that, and then go to the question I always bring up. It's like who benefits from that? I mean, obviously those companies, but who
And
else?
pharma.
Yeah, and the health industries, the health insurance companies. Anybody who has you in the rotation of being in the hospital, taking your meds, regular checkups, and that revolving door benefits from this. The people who do not are the people seeking, some sort of solution to their ailments.
All right, let's keep going. Let's hear more from Dr. Saladino.
Chicken fingers. French fries. But they're cooked in tallow. No, those are all cooked in seed oils. What the heck? This is how we feed our doctors and patients? Are you kidding me? Look at this over here.
Look, everyone
White
has
bread.
masks on.
Tortillas. What hospital cafeteria would be complete without donuts? Yogurt covered pretzels, more seed oils, seed oil laden grains. Oh, but it's cool. We got some gummy worms, Monster Energy, Dr. Pepper, Diet Coke, Coke. What? More seed oils in case you missed them on the way in. The University of Arizona Hospital cafeteria. This looks like a gas station convenience store. Maybe a gas station convenience store would even be better than this. This is how we feed patients and doctors. Does anybody think about food here at all? Drives me crazy.
Should drive you crazy.
He looks crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
he-
It is zombie land. It is straight zombie land. It is straight zombie land. We are in it. We are surrounded by we're surrounded by zombies. 128. Fathers are amazing. What if I could get through 30 today?
We better go.
30. What?
I just won't say anything. We'll just hammer him out.
No, say stuff. Say stuff. 128.
Oh shit.
Damn.
That was good.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Just saved a kid's life. Saved another kid's life.
That would have been funny.
That was a bad idea to begin with right there.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Holy shit. That was a stranger at TSA. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Kid falling off a balcony.
what a snag.
Hey dude, that's like world-class coaching, some of that too. The way the dads grab the kids. They know exactly where to grab them, how to grab them.
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Amazing.
I'm sure there's one like that for mothers too. No one get all weird. Mothers are great too. They have their videos 3 times as long. We don't have enough time to show how great mothers are on this show. No one
We
get
haven't
all
seen it yet.
fucking weird on me.
And no, guys, it's my computer here. It's not the shelves, okay? Shelves are fucking straight.
They're really loose.
Yeah, I know. I saw it because this desk is like a little off. I noticed that too, and I was like, how many people are gonna comment on that? They're straight.
129. Satan talk is tard talk. Uh-oh. This one could get me in trouble with the listeners. I don't even know what this is, but this seems like it's against the popular belief here. Oh, I watched Hiller's videos. Candace Owen rips into Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner over sex tape drama. Kim Kardashian is a prostitute and her mother is a pimp. She's a corpse, a body without a soul. Ouch. Saying that about my fellow Armenian. Not nice. Let's hear.
Not nice.
There are really no words that can adequately describe how positively disgusted I am by this story and what this signifies for in terms of the world that we are in today. What this really means, that a mother sat down and decided to sell her daughter's body for fame and money, and she was successful, right? But there are two things here that we need to remember. Not only did she do it, not only should we be completely disgusted by the idea that a mother, I just had a daughter, that a mother would sit down and watch various tapes of her daughter having sex with a boyfriend out of wedlock, and then say, let's sell this tape. This is the best one. You look the best in this tape. This will make you the most famous. Not only is that disgusting, but then that her plan worked. Kim Kardashian is a billionaire today. And she's, by the way, still selling sex. I now hold the opinion that Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. And I'm not going to edit this opinion. Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. Her mother is a pimp.
God.
Why are you so mad, Candace? Why are you so mad?
I know. I don't agree with that.
That's show business, baby.
I don't agree with that. I don't know. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But it's a pretty strong. It's pretty strong opinion. I think she might be conflating pornographer with prostitute.
With opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, they're Armenian. The Kardashians are Armenian. Okay. 1:30. Martha's Vineyard. Oh God, these are so old. I'm so sorry. I think this is going to be when the DeSantis dropped off the border crossers.
Back in like September.
Here we go. Martha Vineyard's response to 50 illegals being sent to them was to declare a humanitarian emergency, activate 125 National Guard soldiers, sorry, Caleb, and shipping them out of their town in less than 24 hours. You literally can't make this up. I know. Meanwhile, on Martha's Vineyard, that wasn't at Martha's Vineyard, right? That was just during the riots and people had guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are something completely
We
different.
respect women. We value Black lives. We stand with our LGBTQ community members. We stand with immigrants, with refugees and indigenous people, and with people of all faiths. We stand with our community. No, you don't.
All are welcome here.
It's so fucking hilarious. Yeah, all are welcome. Hate has no business here. Why didn't you give them all jobs then? That was quick. Buses arrive at Martha's Vineyard and deport illegals off the island.
At least the bus says, "Have a nice day."
Caleb is an airman, not a soldier. Is that true?
Yes, if we're gonna get technical.
Yeah,
It would be
Candace
super
does
annoying
go
to get
hard
activated,
in the paint. Yeah.
Cool icon, Scott.
Okay. Corey, Candace sounds like Sevan with tattoos. She's jealous. There's probably is a tinge of that. A tinge of that. Okay. Martha's Vineyard.
Tinge.
131 scientists from the ever corrupt and completely destroyed National Public Radio. So sad. Scientists debate how lethal COVID is. Some say it's now less risky than the flu. Scientists. Let me scroll down. I don't even remember this. COVID-19 became no more dangerous than the flu for most people. That's a question scientists are debating as the country heads into a third pandemic winter. Earlier in the pandemic, COVID was estimated to be 10 times more lethal than the flu, fueling many people's fears. How would we know? Since flu deaths just vanished during the COVID years, how would we even know?
Yeah.
Gandhi and other researchers argue that most people today have enough immunity gained from vaccination, infection, or both to protect them against serious ill from COVID. So you see what an idiot is. People from the vaccine don't have any immunity from COVID. You did not get immunity. What a joke.
You got something.
What a joke. I'm sorry, I just disagree with Dr. Anthony Fauci, the White House medical advisor and the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease. The severity of one compared to the other is really quite stark, and the potential to kill of one virus versus the other is really quite stark. Well, which side do you jump on? When I heard Xavier say in that video that I watched yesterday, Xavier DeRosa, I realized that like he was convinced, he was taught by the media that cops were bad and he feared for his life. And COVID's the exact same way. They just trick so many people.
Hey, you talk about people.
Don't feel bad if you're black because it happens to white people too. Don't feel bad if you're white because it happens to black people too.
You say we're antennas.
Yeah.
And we're open to those frequencies. I wonder if it's just one of those like self-fulfilling prophecies. So like you see it on the media, you believe it, you perpetuate it, and then when there is an interaction with law enforcement officer, you already have it in your head. So you have like your guard up or this like attitude about it. You're on this defensive, and then it just fulfills its own prophecy. All because it started by you having your antenna up towards feeling that way, like cops are corruptive or they're going to target you or something else. So then you like it comes into it. It comes into
99% of the videos I've seen where cops are doing something bad, I put that in quotes, I would have never treated a cop or anyone that way. And that I expect that if I did treat someone that way, that it would start escalating the situation. I don't go to the Toyota dealership and they tell me my car is going to be ready at 3 and I get there at 3 and it's not ready and be like, what the fuck? I don't do that. I don't argue with reality. There's nothing there for anyone if I do that. I'm just showing how retarded I am. At most, I might say, "Oh, okay," and I might think out loud, "I needed to be at my kid's tennis game at 3:30. Do you guys have a driver or a rental car I could get? Do you guys comp rental cars or anything?" And yet, cops pull people over. They're there to protect you. You don't have that mindset, and they pull you over, and you immediately just start fucking laying into them.
Mm-hmm.
I told that story the other day about my friend who got pulled over, and the cop said, "Hey, you ran that stop sign." And he said to the cop, "With all due respect, sir, that stop sign identifies as a yield sign." The cop said, "All right, make sure you stop in the future."
Well, the thing is, too, is like, even if you get an asshole cop, I mean, you've probably had enough run-ins with the police, Sevan, to where you definitely know that exists, and there's certain
Yeah.
people that are out
Yeah.
there that they don't give a shit. They're the authority. You know, they
Yeah.
got picked on in high school, and now they're fucking you up, right?
Yeah.
But even with that being said, acting decent,
I've talked my way out of a dozen DUIs by being nice.
and being respectful and decent, and just not
Yes.
making their life easy. Even if you get that asshole cop that's like looking for trouble, you kind of stop them in their tracks to a certain point. You may end up getting booked in that night or whatever the case may be. But even if you still just act civil and respectful, that process is going to be so much smoother. And then people forget that you don't fight these things out in the street. You do it in a courtroom. And so too many people are trying to defend themselves or take action or think that and it's like, that's not how this works. You got to go through the process, and then you'll have your day in court. If you
And
are
they're just
respectful,
people. Yeah.
yeah, they might not even show up. They might go, you know what? I remember Sevan that day. I was having a bad day, and I was just going to fuck that dude up. And then I don't really want to have to deal with the open container on the street ticket now. I'm just not going to show up to court. And then your case gets dismissed.
I've had over 100 tickets. I've had the dumbest shit happen to me. Don't get me wrong. I've had cops give me tickets for the absolute dumbest shit. I've been to jail 4 times. None of them were warranted.
Yeah.
I never hurt another human being. I never the only one was warranted. I was doing 65 and a 25, and I jumped over an intersection.
Oh my God.
That was the only time that I because you know how intersections, they have those dips like right before they go over. I let a lot of people go because they're nice to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Like being respectful and stuff like that. I had a buddy of mine that got a DUI, and we were we were all in the car, and we get pulled over, and it wasn't a case where, well, every DUI is dangerous, but it was one of those, just like, you know, he was driving and we got pulled over because it was a car full of, you know, young kids driving down residentials. And the cop even comes over, and he's like, "Hey guys, okay, your buddy is going in here, but you know what? You guys were super respectful. He was really nice. We're going to have you park this car up the street so we don't have to tow it. It'll sit on a public street. We do have to book him in, but he'll be out within a certain amount of hours. So if any of you guys, you know, could let somebody know, you could get him out within a few hours." And still got the DUI, still got processed through and everything. But the whole entire process of it was so much smoother, and so much smoother for him because he didn't have to pay to get his car out and impounded and all that other stuff, simply because he was
so much better,
respectful. Yeah,
so much better. You saved him $1,000.
He was like, "Fuck, dude, you guys got me. Okay, yeah, I probably shouldn't have been drinking." They're like, "Okay, well, now you're off to jail." But at least it was a smooth experience.
Oh, this is just a line. Wow, this is a good line. I wrote this. I don't know. Fake tits make guys horny. Fake masks scare people. So if you don't understand how masks work, that's fucking, what a great illustration. There's women out there who have had some sort of synthetic material, I don't know what it is, pumped into their chests that makes their shirt stick out further. And when men's
in there, it's a pocket.
A pocket. Wait, how, you tell me. How is it put in?
It's a pocket of fluid, and then it just gets inserted underneath the muscle with an incision. Anyway.
But okay, I'm happy that, and yet, and we know they're not real boobs, but it still arouses us, right? Like when I see the girl at the roller skate ring and her shirt's pushed out, I noticed her. Or yeah, I try not, or I pretend not to. I try to act like a healthy dad, and I try not to. Or like those shirts like where it's like a girl, it's like a girl's half shirt, and she's got boobs, and it's like hanging down, and there's like 6 inches away from her tummy, and you're like, fuck, if I was 2 feet tall, I could just look up there. Yeah, those. So those arouse you, and yet all men. I hate to say this. All my wife hates it when I do this, but it's all men are aroused by that. Even if you just put socks under their shirt, I guarantee you, if you took if you stood a woman up in a room in front of 50 men, and you saw that she was like an A cup, and then you were to put water balloons underneath there, and you had little metrics hooked up to the guys' penises, even though they saw you do it, there would be movement in all these guys' pants, especially if she went like this a little bit. I guarantee it. It's the way we're wired. We don't even. Do you guys want to push back on that at all?
I can't. No, I want to.
Caleb, would you like to push back on that at all?
I think it's beautiful, whatever you want to do with your body.
I think it's beautiful, whatever you want to do with your body too. My point is masks work the exact same way. Every time you see someone with a mask, even a genius, enlightened soul like myself, I'm being programmed that there's something to be afraid of. They work exactly the same way.
It's in the reptilian brain, deep down.
Damn.
Yeah, you don't even have to be. But you don't have to even be a boob guy. I mean, I like all the boobs. I've never like the ones that go off to the side and the ones that go down, and I like the droopy ones, and I like the big ones, and I like the fake. I like them all too.
Just the droopy ones, just can't.
Nah, I love the droopy ones.
Nope. Someone's gonna clip that, Caleb. You're up in the firing squad now.
Droopier the better.
Oh no.
Droopier the better.
He
likes to put him over his shoulder.
Every angle. Plastic or nah?
So far, only the women have voted. Okay.
And you have to know that you have to know masks work exactly the same way. I'm 1000% a boob guy. Yeah, they all have boobs. All girls have boobs. That's why if you're a boob guy, when you're a boob guy, it doesn't mean you like big boobs. It means you like all boobs.
Does it? I think this means particular big ones.
You can be a boob guy and like specific boobs.
Sevan likes the ones that he can tie in a knot.
Jeez, you guys.
Let's not be crass.
Oh shit.
Okay, but it perfectly illustrates how masks how they affect people. That's why I think that's why I see all those people who wear them as just accomplices. All that stuff, just accomplices everywhere.
Yeah, it's triggering the same thing, which is the reptilian brain. So there's something to be afraid of here. Be afraid. Or in the case that you made, these boobs got larger. Now you're into them.
Yeah,
like
you
even though
you notice them.
Yeah, even though the whole thing could be put in front of you as like, hey, this is all fake. This is make believe, and we're like, oh, okay, but I still
all
have
boobs.
the feeling.
Yeah, all boobs matter.
Get your fake boobs out as a new trend. Be afraid. The mask.
132. The Dems hate melanated people. I need to start posting more on Twitter. I just don't know what to post.
Yeah, right. Like the little.
I like a good hip too. I'm a hip guy. I love a good hip. Yeah, any contrast in the body looks good on men and women. Oh, geez. This is fucking nuts. I remember this. This is absolutely nuts. This is how they're basically saying that if you say donuts are bad, that you're racist. This is
what?
This is how Democrats think. This is our president of the United States party. You're trying to help someone so that they don't die of type 2 diabetes, but you're racist because you're not being sympathetic to their culture that needs to eat donuts. Good versus bad. By the way, cucumbers are an amazing snack for kids. Persian cucumbers. Give them to my kids all the time since they've been babies, since before they had teeth. Let them like used to teeth on a Persian cucumber. Okay, go ahead.
I got us donuts. Those are so bad for you. Oh no, are they moldy? I mean, are they poisons? Are you allergic? No, I'm just saying. You're judging my food choices based on a false standard of health again, aren't you? Guilty.
False.
Diet culture, fat phobia, and systems of oppression have created false hierarchies of food, and it shows up everywhere.
For instance, harmful thought patterns like earning food through exercising, or that dessert is the reward for the punishment of eating vegetables.
Remember
Pause,
that
pause,
you do
pause.
not need to earn food.
Let's say that was true. Let's say that was true, that it's a bad habit to exercise and then earn food. It's better than, it's 1,000% better than not exercising and eating that food. At least then you acknowledge that that food is bad for you. She said, is it poisonous? Yeah, it's fucking poisonous. Donuts are poisonous. Okay, action.
Remember that you do not need to earn food.
We are all incorrectly taught from a young age that our size and therefore the foods that we eat are markers of our self-worth.
Okay, pause.
What the fuck?
Corey, how do you feel about nose rings? What do you think about those? Punching a fucking hole in your fucking oxygen intake.
It's a clip on.
That is fucking nuts. Did you not think about that before you punched a hole in your fucking oxygen intake? Caller, hi.
Hey, how's it going? That's the video I sent you a little while ago with the black nutritionist. And if you follow what she does, she's the
that's right,
food scientist for a company that is basically a snack company that their umbrella is Oreo, Lay's chips, all these little snack companies.
Thank you for calling. Yes.
You don't say.
Yes, you're right. Thank you. I would have forgot to say that. I don't have that in my notes. That lady, because I remember after you said that, I looked her up. I Googled her name. That lady fucking works for Oreo cookies. Telling black people and white people that if you say that eating Oreos is bad, you're fucking racist.
Exactly.
Speaking of boobs, those are some incredible boobs right there.
No.
Yes. Those are amazing.
Those are some nice National Geographic boobies.
I love those boobs. And I love that color of her top. I like everything about that girl, except that nose ring just screams mental illness. Okay.
Among other things, too.
Okay. Thank you for calling. That's a great point. That scientist works for Oreo.
No worries, I'm going to go throw down.
But dude, he's
throw down now.
But okay, one more thing. But listen, she's a scientist, right? So we must acknowledge her as a scientist, an authority.
Right, and Ronald McDonald is a clown.
Right. Thank you. Well said. Thank you. Me and you would get along great.
Oh,
and the Burger King is a king.
Yes. Yes. Wow. You're on a roll.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. A third one.
And Chick-fil-A is a cow.
Lead to harmful relationships with food and disordered eating.
Instead of focusing on good and bad choices, try to approach food with neutrality in mind.
The only foods that are bad for you are foods that contain allergens, poisons, and contaminants, or food that is spoiled or is otherwise inedible.
Eat without guilt, regardless of what society says.
What the fuck was that?
So going back to originally what I was saying, so there it is right there. Those are people parading around with a message that's supposed to be against racism, and that right there is systemic racism right there. They're basically brainwashing people, but right to their face. They're saying you shouldn't eat things that are poisonous, and yet they're peddling things that are poisonous. Donuts are poisonous. Potato chips are poisonous.
And none of their stuff that they were saying was actually backed by anything other than their word.
Yeah, and they're
It
leveraging
wasn't
this thing called racism to get you to eat bad shit. It's fucking a tragedy. Those are the fucking people. Those are the bad people right there with that message. And then they hide behind their skin color. How come there were no white people saying that? Meanwhile, that chick's making $300,000 a year from Oreo. It's fucking nuts. So sad. Okay. Really didn't think she had nice boobs, Caleb?
No, it's because she's fucking overweight.
I think they were.
I once heard this thing that was like,
they were fantastic.
Like you can't, if you're overweight, you by default have boobs, just like abs don't count on a skinny guy.
Literally.
Someone actually told that to me once.
Like, yeah, you have abs, but it doesn't count.
No, it counts. Boobs on a fat girl count. I refuse. I refuse.
It's like, fair enough.
Okay. 137. Navy SEAL vaccine. Oh, we got to do 141. The Panty Deal website. U.S. Navy quietly cancels vaccine requirement order for SEALs. The U.S. Navy quietly rolled back Trident Order number 12, an order denying religious exemption for COVID vaccinations a few months after an injunction was issued by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in early 2022 as part of an ongoing lawsuit brought by First Liberty Institute. The suit was initiated on behalf of 35 active duty SEALs and 3 reservists seeking exemptions to the mandate due to the possibility of COVID vaccines being developed using cells and tissues from aborted fetuses. So they got religious exemptions.
Yeah, and then they just canceled the requirement after that. So.
I just saw that this company called Perlator, they have 13,000 employees in Canada, and they I think that they're like our UPS. They basically deliver packages in Canada. They just started firing all the employees that aren't up to date on their vaccines. I saw that this morning. Nuts.
How many boosters are there? Like, I'm not saying that tongue in cheek. Like, I legitimately want to know. Is there 5?
I think
there's 2 boosters, but now there's a bivalent vaccine, which basically takes the place of all of the vaccines previously given. So if you received
2 original,
all of your 4 originals, then you wanted there's another one now that you can get that will replace all of them for this season, essentially. So technically there's 5 shots.
Damn.
Depending on which brand you go with, because there's one you can just get the 1 shot and be like covered, but then there's the other ones that are like 2 shots and then you're fully vaccinated.
I did see that somewhere that in Los Angeles that there was a 3rd booster. Maybe I misunderstood, and it's what Caleb was talking about, but that they're concerned because only 7% of the population has taken it.
Yeah, because nobody gives a shit. And they don't want to take it anymore.
Yeah.
I think people are realizing in the military too that like it's very similar to how the anthrax vaccine was rolled out, like what Dale was talking about. They're like basically experimenting on us, just saying, hey, this is not cool, and they don't want to take it. But then you have like the older population of people in the military who want to take it because they're old and they think that they're more susceptible to getting COVID and having harmful side effects from it.
Navy stops COVID-19 vaccine separation for the Sea Service has approved 9 religious waivers for members of the individual ready service on the condition that they be, this is interesting. Maybe that they have to be vaccinated later. Due to their religious, here it says, Judge Reed O'Connor Monday granted the class action in the case of 26 Navy SEALs and other members of the special warfare community who are using Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin and other Department of Defense officials to prevent being separated over the refusal to get vaccinated against COVID-19 due to their religious beliefs. O'Connor also granted the preliminary injunction for the class action, extending the Navy's inability to separate any sailors who were denied religious exemption to the vaccine mandates. This now means 4,095 sailors who submitted religious exemptions requests and part of the class cannot be separated under the preliminary injunction. Sailors who do not submit to religious exemptions can still be separated. Oh, it's a fucking mess. Maybe you're right. I don't understand.
I know the Air Force is having a lot of problems with their pilots because they don't want to be vaccinated. And so what's funny is they're starting to experiment with using like singularly manned aircraft that are supposed to be manned by like 2 pilots, a pilot and a co-pilot. And they're trying to see if they can fly with just one and then the rest of the crew and see if it works.
For something that doesn't even kill, for a disease that doesn't even kill Air Force age pilots.
Exactly.
Tyler Watkins, the super
They
vax.
just refuse to.
Clock cutter, pure blood.
That's crazy.
It already is an Allison NYC will just be an annual dose like the flu shot eventually, which we all know doesn't work. Like anyone can.
Which is essentially what the bivalent shot is for. That's going to be like the annual shot.
Arjun Martins, I live in the Netherlands. I always thought that we don't have a lot of obese people. Presently, I went to a tropical swimming pool, and oh boy, 85% of men and women are chubby. Yeah, go if you don't have a Costco, go. If you have Costco, go there. We'll change your whole.
Go to Costco.
Yeah, great question, Allison. Were they American tourists? Totally fair question. None of these other countries, by the way, that these people are from, this isn't to dig at them. That's another thing that's just always missed. These countries that chime in about racism or whatever that's going on in the United States, like I don't want to hear shit from China. You have 1.7 billion people and 1.6.999 of them are all Chinese. Like you live in, like just stop, quiet. You don't even know what you're talking about. 141. People sell. I found this site the other day. A friend of mine sells his underwear on OnlyFans, and this is a website called pantydeal.com. And you can sell your underwear.
Dude.
There's 1,343,883 people selling their underwear on this website. 1,703,443 people have bought underwear.
So look at that. Demand is up, guys. Supply is low.
Hey, I want to see some of the media they have on there. Will you go back a second?
Some of the media.
Look, click on that media button. I want to see
oh no.
Up there.
Media files.
800,834.
Oh, it's just a ticker.
It's not clickable.
Let's see.
Oh, they had a worn panty.
Oh, jeez.
Sell used panties. I would say, but go to buy some panties. Go up there to buy panties. Oh, you're at buy panties?
This website makes me uncomfortable.
Buy used panties. Oh,
look at that dude. Yeah. Look at that dude. That's not the dude buying them. That's racist.
Oh my God.
Why's it gotta be some creepy white dude buying?
I don't understand.
Of course, in public too.
Hey, the last thing I want from someone, no matter how much I like them, is their underwear. It's the last thing I want. If my wife were to die today, the first thing I'd do is throw away her underwear.
This is fucked up.
Panty understands. Oh, wow. We understand the appeal. You do like scroll down a little bit, scroll back up a little bit. We understand your appeal of used panties. You do. What could be more tempting than the intimate scent of a gorgeous woman? What could be better than holding the panties of a sexy lady in your hands? I don't know. Holding her boobs. Holding a sandwich. I don't know.
Holding the Bible. This is ridiculous.
I've sold bras. They're bigger market than you'd expect.
Oh God.
Yeah, this guy I know sells fucking his underwear all the time. People will be like, "Hey, wipe
your dude."
The dude, I know a dude who sells his underwear.
Oh my God.
Hey, and the stuff they ask him to do with the underwear before is crazy.
Oh no.
Oh
yeah. Yeah, it's nuts. Like wipe your butt with the underwear and send it to me, and I'll give you $250.
Oh jeez. Wait, there was another line of that was pretty funny too. But
on the website?
Yeah, it was like right underneath the one that you were reading. It was just ridiculous. Sniff out the fun at Panty Deal.
Why is that fun?
On our site, you can browse through hundreds of women who are excited to sell their used panties. They're excited to sell them? No, they're excited to get the money.
They're actually creeped the fuck out by you.
Then lie back and enjoy that very special fragrance. Don't wait around wondering. Join Panty Deal now. Hey, you know someone who's listening just went over there and bought a pair too.
Lie back? Yeah, we just pointed like 10 fucking weirdos to their website.
It's time to dive into your desires nose first.
And don't forget to use code Sevan at checkout.
Yeah, get 10% off of your panties.
BOGO, buy one, get one free. They're actually just mine and Caleb's.
That's probably true. 142.
You want these undies from Action.
142. This one's good. Speaking of the Netherlands, Arjun, you'll like this. Netherlands reparations. God, this is fucking crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I like it when Xavier talks about reparations too.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte just promised to set up 200 million euros fund for slavery reparations while the Dutch people can't even afford to keep their houses warm this winter as a result of his policies. Get this man out and his insane WEF agenda out of office now. Let's go ahead and hit play on this psychopath.
Oh my God, guys, I genuinely think I'm losing my mind. So I've just read that the Dutch Prime Minister, our Dutch Prime Minister, Mark Rutte, is setting aside 200 million euros for slavery reparations because Black Lives Matter made him think differently about the topic. And at the same time, Dutch people who never owned slaves are now going to pay a ton of money to people who never were slaves, even though the Dutch population is barely able to afford their energy bills because of the policies of whom? Yes, Mark Rutte. Get this man out of office now.
You think that helps people get along better in a society, knowing that people are getting money based on the color of their skin while other people can't afford heat for their house? You think that that's like a
hell no. It's creating more.
You think that's healthy for the community?
Creating more division. It's creating more division. That's ridiculous. And then where does that end? Like, where do you end the reparations? Like, with what generation of slaves? How is that distributed? Is it, how far back do you go in the timeline of slavery? Because at some point, everybody was slaves.
By the way, the Netherlands is one of those countries, I think, where you double their gross, their GDP. And we spend more than double their GDP in the United States on pharmaceutical drugs.
Yeah, easy.
I think that's one of those countries.
I thought you were going to say panties, but yeah, pharmaceutical.
Yeah, no, they probably buy more panties there. Those people are wild. Okay, where was that? Okay, I already erased that. Okay, well, 116 intelligence. Are we going through these pretty good?
I don't know how many we've done.
Okay, 116 intelligence.
It feels like we're on a roll. Uh-oh. I think Caleb's frozen.
Oh shit.
I thought he was just unamused.
Oh shit.
Bye-bye. I'll get it. I'll bring it up. What was the number again? 121?
116.
116.
We did a lot of slave trading in the past. You guys everyone did a lot of shit in the past.
Back in action.
Okay, here we go.
One sec.
Oh, I don't even know what this is. I titled it Intelligence.
One of my favorite stories and might change the way you think. During the Second World War, planes would return home with numerous bullet holes. Logically, the US military thought that the best way to protect their planes was to reinforce the areas that had been hit. But this logic was flawed. Abraham Ward, a mathematician, pointed out that these planes had sustained enemy fire but still returned home. Therefore, these areas of direct damage were survivable. But the parts of the plane that hadn't been hit likely represented where other planes had been hit but didn't survive and didn't make it home. It's these areas that should be reinforced, not the damaged areas. This is an example of survivorship bias, a cognitive bias where we tend to focus on successful outcomes yet overlook the failures, where actually the most important lessons might lie. This is
Dude, isn't that amazing? I'm going to try to explain that to you for those of you who couldn't follow it. Basically, planes would come back from missions in World War II, and the planes would be shot to shit, right? They'd be all shot up. So they would look at all the places that the planes were shot up, and they would think, okay, we need to reinforce those areas. Those are the places that the plane was shot. But no, the places that should be enforced are the places that weren't shot, because that's probably where the planes were shot that didn't return home.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same idiocy around COVID. That's why so many fucking smart people, doctors and scientists and all these people can't fucking understand what the fuck is going on, because they have the cognitive skills. They have the critical thinking skills of a fucking cockroach. And they're such know-it-alls. Sevan, I just DM'd you a story from my past. Feel free to share it. It has to do with cops. Can you text it to me? Do you have my phone number?
Could you text it to me?
Okay, here we go, you guys. Here we go. Here's a story for you. Oh, sorry, not yet. Caller, hi.
Hey, this is this Sevan Podcast?
It is.
Oh, cool. Oh my God, I'm on. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry, there's lag. So I have a question.
Please.
So I've been doing CrossFit for a while now. And I always try to get my friends into it. But the thing they always say is it's too expensive. And I've always heard the rebuttal to that is, well, how much is your health worth and all that? And I always notice when I go into a box that it's mostly older people. And I always think about how, the saying that you want to be the swim coach and not the lifeguard. So I kind of walk into boxes and I see mostly older folks. And I kind of wonder, like, well, where's the younger people? Like, that's not very swim coachy. You know what I mean? So I kind of wonder what your answer is to people who say, I'd like CrossFit's too expensive. I can't do that right now. Like, what's your opinion? What's your answer?
So that's always a great answer, right? You're going to pay for it now or you're going to pay for it later. But lately I've been rethinking it. When people say it's too expensive, it's not that it's too expensive, it's that you don't make enough money. I think that's just the victim mindset. It's not that because and then on top of that, I think if you spend $2,000 a month to go to an affiliate, I have to also guess that that's going to make your life $2,000 richer, whether you're going to get a raise at work because you look healthier, because you look more accountable, because you act better, because you stand more straight, because you think clear. But I have to guess, and I was comparing it to wedding rings the other day. I was thinking if you bought your wife a wedding ring for $10,000 instead of 5-year membership at a CrossFit box, to me makes no fucking sense. I didn't buy my wife a wedding ring. I knew that if I put $10,000 in a mutual fund in 50 years, it'd be $1.2 million. When I'm 75, I'll give my wife that $1.2 million. It's complete. And then the other thing is it's all free on the website. That's how I started. I'm guessing that's how Sousa started. You
mean the workouts or
everything, the movements, the videos,
the education.
I had to learn in 2006. We had to just the workouts were free on the website, and then everyone had to dig around. That's how the U.S. military does it. That's how all the tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of military members that do it. That's how they do it. They have to go online and figure it out. All the shit for free while they're deployed. And then on top of that. That's the crazy thing. If you do the math, and we're going to do a show on it here very soon. I'm so excited about the show, but we're going to use a bunch of analytics. I think also that Chris Cooper just sent something out that's called State of the Union, and it's all
State of the industry.
State of the industry. Do you have that right there? This thing is crazy. This thing from Two Brain Business. If you're an affiliate owner and you don't own this, you are fucking nuts. You got to get your hand on this thing. The Two Brain is so gnarly.
I mean, it's so beautifully put together too, with the information and it's
every data point you could ever want about a CrossFit gym in the world. How much the average person makes who goes to the gym, how much the average gym costs, how long the average person stays, what programs are the best, just everything. It's this crazy survey. But do you have any caller? Do you have any friends who ask they try to get a deal on everything? They have a friend who's a carpenter and they're like, hey, can you give me a break and come fix my cabinets? And
frugal friends.
Not really.
Okay. Well, there are these douchebags out there like that. And there's a lot of them, right? Instead of supporting their friend's shit, they try to fucking get over on their friends because they know their friend has a certain skill. Yeah. And I just think that once you belong, I mean, do you belong, how long have you belonged to a certain gym for?
So, man, you know what? I just moved to a different town. So last time I was at a box down in San Diego for about a year.
And did you love that community? Would you have been disappointed if that gym closed?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel about all the, if my kid's tennis class got canceled, they got rid of that program, I would be devastated. So when my kids don't show up to class, I still don't mind if they charge me, because I want to contribute to that. I want that trainer to have a good life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think most box owners make very much money. I want to say something crazy. I probably shouldn't say this, but I think the average CrossFit gym coach makes $26,000 a year.
Yeah.
That couldn't give you, that won't pay for your rent where I live in Santa Cruz.
Or neither where I live.
Yeah. So I just think that like those people just haven't come around to it yet. I don't know what to say to them. I think it just sounds like an excuse, right?
I mean, yeah, because I've been a member at a few boxes, and I'm I just exited my 20s as well, but somehow I kind of made it work, and I mean it was worth it. But again, it's like, shit, man, I was like budgeting, you know what I mean?
Did you meet any mates there, girlfriends?
No, I met my wife before CrossFit.
I just say it because that's also like, I mean, if you're a young man and you just need fucking the ultimate excuse to go, what a great place to meet fucking quality girls. Or if you're a girl, what a great place to meet quality men. Or if you're a man in San Diego, it's a good place to meet other quality men. Or in San Francisco. It's like, the benefits are just numerous. I just don't think that. I think that probably people just think, oh, it's what's going to be difference between that and 24-hour fitness that charges $7 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's where we're at. What do you think?
What is the question again?
I don't know.
Okay.
The question the question. I'll reframe the question. Okay. Do you think that people are missing out who use that as an excuse?
Well, totally. Yeah. I mean, like, okay, so, I'm a firefighter, and I've done a lot of physical tests, to get into firefighting and all that stuff. And I've done a few academies, and I'll tell you what, I'm not the fittest CrossFitter. But of all the people who I've seen, I'm just going to say this, whenever I go somewhere and there's another CrossFitter, it's usually the CrossFitters who are doing the best in the physical events, and I'm not saying like doing the best, like edging people out. I mean like smashing, just absolutely smashing. So, I mean, I always say like CrossFit just really turns people into just like machines, like they stand out.
Dude, I'm 50 years old. I haven't roller skated since the 7th grade. I went to the roller rink yesterday. I was right. I think I'm being humble in saying this. 50% of the people there, let's say there were 200 people there, 100 were worse than me and 100 were better than me. But to be honest, I bet you I was better than 150 of them. And not because because I can roller skate, but because I didn't fall.
Yeah.
And I have to attribute all of that just to what CrossFit has given me.
Yeah. It makes you a little bit of a better athlete.
Day in and day, and I'm confident. I'm not stuck in my head. I'm not tripping. I'm just like, okay, I can do this. Put the roll,
like and I can pick things.
Yep.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I can pick things up. And you know what else really helped is the day before I just watched.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw that roller skating is basically like waddling. You just shift from left to right. And I just was like, okay, I'll just shift my balance from left to right, and lo and behold, yeah. Priorities, they don't make enough money. They should stop with the victim mindset. They should go on and get it for free. They should look at you. But by the way, Vindicate just said, hey, this is a great, what if you just sold, those people should sell their underwear. So like you do Fran, and then like, this is what my underwear smells like after Fran. And then you do Linda, and this is what my underwear smells like after, then you could sell it based on the workout you do.
Yeah. I mean, I'd buy it too.
Like Murph is like $1,000 if you want my underwear that I did Murph in.
Those are prime.
Fran is only like $25. Short workout.
And the beaver's back.
There he is.
That's good shit.
All right, caller. Thank you. And thanks for being a firefighter who can actually save people. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank
you
you
for your service.
Oh, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
So what's funny about conversation, I think that that's also the like fundamental question that CrossFit itself has to answer. Because I was reading through a couple of this like it's called Club Industry, and they just do news on like the fitness industry as a total. And they just talked about LA Fitness and their Indianapolis clubs. They just invested $3.5 million in upgrading those clubs. My mouse is dead. And the $3.5 million that went to renovating the clubs, it was renovated just to put in a space for CrossFit.
Oh.
So it's all there's like an AstroTurf spot, there's rig space there, there's platforms for weightlifting, and as they put it, like functional fitness space. And that is the unfortunate downfall that what we're dealing with. So it shows two things. Number one, there's still a continued rise in popularity of CrossFit methodology, because they would not have invested that much money into these clubs if they didn't think that that was going to be the trajectory of the future, right? So that's a good point. Bad point is now just like Parker, who made a comment earlier, hey, why would I pay X dollars when I could pay $20 and I could just do Mayhem's programming in a facility like this? And so those are the fundamental questions that not only affiliates have to tackle and answer and provide value for, but CrossFit itself as a company. The good news for them, we're chock full of ideas. So go ahead and give us a call and we'll help you solve those problems.
This book that we were talking about that Chris Cooper put out, I think he puts it out every year.
This is the third one he's done, yeah.
And I don't know even who gets those. I think you have to be a member.
Me either, but I'm stoked I got it.
But we'll be doing a whole show talking about that soon. I just want to. I need to send Chris a text or an email and ask him if it's okay if what the rules are about talking about that. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, because this first portion too, which is
it's so much hard work.
Oh, this is incredible. But right away it says we collected data from 10,657 gyms worldwide, over majority of them being CrossFit gyms.
How about, did you see the stat in there that people who use Two Brain make $1,000 more a month?
Yep.
On average?
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy too that somebody like Chris in Two Brain Business is putting something like this out there, because as an affiliate owner, this information is really valuable, and it could also give you some highlights as to like what's working in the industry in different places and what's not. And it's nuts to me that we don't have one of these that says CrossFit HQ, and we don't have all the stats of everything combined that CrossFit has provided to affiliate owners, because that would be extremely valuable.
Caller, 1 minute. Do you think it's weird that he gives all that away? Like, do you think that, like, I can't believe that's like I hate to use this word, that's like the most transparent thing I've ever seen about anything in regards to CrossFit. I can't even believe, for some reason, I feel like that should be kept secret. I don't know why.
I feel like it just goes to like one of the things that Chris Cooper and the people at Two Brain embody, which is like they give you the tools to succeed. They also offer products, but you could do what I did, which is download all of the books that he's ever written and recorded like in a closet at his house for like $7. And you could just go through all those books, with your staff or your coaches or even just yourself. And the amount of value that you would get out of it that you could apply is literally the same framework in the model that Two Brain Business mentors apply to the gyms. The only difference is like you're just doing it out on your own versus having somebody accountability there to walk you through each step, which is obviously huge in value.
That company, Two Brain, I believe, is the largest gym consulting business on the planet. And you know what else is going to happen? You know how many other gym consulting companies are going to steal that information and not give Chris credit?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's like
CrossFit probably even will. They'll reference a bunch of stuff out of this, and
well, they should.
They definitely should.
They should.
They should call and say, "Hey, however you set this up, we have data that we're going to add to it, and we'll pay you for the IP for this to change it and to convert it into something that CrossFit delivers to its affiliates."
Yeah, every affiliate should. Yeah,
every affiliate should have one.
Go ahead, caller. Hi.
Oh shit! Sorry, caller.
What's up, gentlemen?
Hi.
That's all good. Did you taste the coffee I sent you?
Oh, Gabe, what's up, dude? No, I haven't tasted it yet. It's still in the, because I have a grinder that's like pretty full right now, and then it makes the coffee, and then it the beans just sit in the grinder for I don't know, a week or two, and then but when it's empty, I'll throw it in there. I can't wait. So that's a decaf blend.
Yeah, do not mix both of them. So one is a very specific way of making decaf. The other is a way that I'm sure you're not going to like, but it is what it is.
Okay. You mean, what do you mean? One of them is like made with horse shit?
One of them, so to extract caffeine out of the bean, you have to use a lot of chemicals. So they basically take the green bean and the green like seed that you normally get, and they'd have to like dump it in this chemical. Everyone says it's totally okay, but again, it's an extra step. While the other one that I sent you, the MPW, that one is just literally uses steam to try to get as much of the caffeine out. Of the bean. So,
and I do want some caffeine. Does that take out less caffeine, Gabe, the steam way? Because I do want some caffeine. I just don't want to be drinking as much as I am, because I just drink coffee. I'll drink coffee all day.
No. They're both fine. They're both totally fine. It's just like the process of extracting caffeine from the actual green bean. One's a little bit more expensive because you are taking a little bit more care and going the extra step. Well, the other one is just like, and there's nothing wrong with it. Again, from what I've seen, all the research that I've done, everyone that I've talked to, they're both fine, but just one is using chemicals while one is using less chemicals and a lot more steam.
Okay, I love it.
So you gotta get to play around with that. But kind of piggybacking on what you guys are talking about, like I'd love, like Sousa, that show that if you guys do have about operating an affiliate, I think would be so important and so cool. To kind of have that feedback from you. But I was at a gym yesterday, not a CrossFit gym. Just a friend opened like one of those group training facilities, almost like an Orange Theory, like a Barry's. I was doing a little coffee there, and it was pretty cool, really nice. Not a pull-up bar in sight, but skiers, rowers, bikes, assault bikes, dumbbells, et cetera, really cool. And you know, I've had a gym. I've had two gyms. I've been a level 1 trainer, a CrossFit coach for, over 10 years. I let it go back in 2020 to pursue coffee. And something came up and it was like horrible in my eyes, in my opinion, was 2 brand new members came in, people like looking at the class, trying it out. They came in, it's an hour HIIT class basically, right? Let them through a warm up, let them through the workout, and like 15 minutes before the class is over, these ladies were a little bit overweight. They weren't, super overweight, but they weren't the fittest people. So this was an opportunity, right? They were going out of their comfort zone, going to do something, right? So this was like a step in the right direction, for them to start working out. So they get out of class 15 minutes early because they were destroyed. They came out red. They were sweating. They pushed themselves a little bit too hard. One of their partners that I was talking to, this place has like 20 partners, so I don't know what the hell's happening. It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So she comes up, and she's also not necessarily we were talking about getting my coffee in there, my cans, and she's like, all right, excuse me. So I'm like, cool. At least she's, worried about them. So, hey, how'd it go? This and that. Like 2 minutes of talking to both of them about, how it was and how they liked the class, their experience of the class, not like necessarily kind of getting to the bottom of like, hey, why'd you guys, leave class 15 minutes early, didn't even do a cool down, which in my opinion, again, if this is something that you're doing for the first time and you exert yourself like that hard, you can't just stop like when your heart rate's like over 170 and then just leave. But anyway, she talked to them for about 2 minutes and then right into, our monthly memberships are et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Didn't step in, didn't say anything. Just kind of remove myself from that conversation, because as a coach, as a CrossFit coach, as someone who's been doing CrossFit who's been teaching people for over 10 years, I was like, damn, man, this conversation, like, it could have gone so differently. And even the fact that other partners were doing the class there, like if I was a coach and I was doing a class with someone and I see someone struggling, I would stop and I'd be like, all right, cool. Look, you know what? I wanted to work out with class. The other coach is a little bit busy with everyone else. Like, let me give them, these 2 individuals, a little bit more attention to make sure that they get the full experience and not just that dump of like, oh man, I'm dying. I have to leave. Yeah. So afterwards, I go up to her as I'm leaving and I'm like, hey, by the way, I've owned 2 gyms. I have over 10 years of coaching experience. I know a lot about the industry. Do you guys like, whatever, any questions that you guys have, please let me know. She goes, do you know any male trainers? I was like, yeah, I know a lot. She asks because she needs more male trainers there. And she needs more male clientele. All her trainers are female. And I told her, well, you're doing really good with what you have. Like, focus on building your community. I must have spent 15 minutes talking to her about building the community, establishing and really pouring everything that she can into the people that are there right then and there, because a month from now, that community is going to grow from the word of mouth, especially if she does things the right way. And I have interest in it because one of my very, very good friends is a partner there. So I'm telling her, she's like the main partner. I'm telling her for 15 fucking minutes, I'm trying to drill it into her head. It's about fucking building the community and making sure that you guys have this established group of people who are the ride or die. At the end of me fucking talking for 15 minutes, she goes, all right, cool. Do you know any male trainers? So like, that's the question that I would have to you. Like, what would you, as a business owner, right? Because you are like, being a CrossFit coach and being a business owner are very, very different things.
Right.
As a business owner and as a CrossFit coach and as someone who cares about his members, their, whatever, how would you approach that situation if you were, if you just saw that happening and then this other person's like, yeah, I really don't care about what you said about building the community. I don't even care about those two people that almost died. I just care about like the bottom line.
Yeah, well, first I would start by just asking her like what exactly the ultimate goal for her in the business is, because that's going to be the most important piece, right? Like, hey, what are you trying to get out of this as a business owner? And then like, where are you hoping this business is in 5 years? That's where I would start by asking her, because then as she maybe talks about that a little bit, you could find ways in there to make what you're saying a little bit more impactful to her specifically, because she obviously thinks like, hey, no, you're not getting my question. I need more male trainers. And you're trying to kind of give her this big 30,000 foot view of how the gym should be run, like in terms of like how it's going to be successful for her. And for whatever reason, she doesn't seem to be receptive of that information now. So, that's tough, but that's where I would start with that. And then as far as her going to those members afterwards and saying like, yeah, so here's our monthly membership. Again, I would start by saying, hey, like, what did you guys come in here for? What are you hoping to accomplish by showing up at this gym? And you could say it as like, what are your goals or something like that. But I would start by just saying like, hey, what are you hoping to get out of this? What does success look like for you? And then you could start to talk about how your facility could help them or how the community there would help them and be beneficial to what they want.
Awesome. Yeah. That's all. You guys should definitely have that show. So.
We're going to 25% off at Paper Street Coffee, PaperStCoffee. Don't spell out street, paperstcoffee.com. 25% off until midnight tonight. And anything over $49.
Ask me what happens after midnight.
What happens after midnight?
Cyber Monday sale.
Oh.
30% off. 3 bags of coffee or more, you get 30% off.
Damn.
I wish you wouldn't have said that. Now you fucked up the whole thing.
I know. That's only for you guys. That's only for you guys. If no one else knows about it, at 12:01 tonight, you get 30% off.
Is shipping still free tomorrow?
Shipping anything over $50 is going to be free.
Okay.
My shipping cost went down. Also, don't complain about shipping people who are out there in the world when you guys use a 20% off coupon code and then still reach out to me why is shipping so expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you guys use the 20% off. I love you guys. Just help out a small business. I'm not Amazon.
That's funny.
All right. Thank you so much, Gabe, for calling in.
Thanks, Gabe.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Bruce Wade asked a question earlier here, and he said, should the coach work out with the class? You are no longer a coach if you are working out. You are a person working out. You cannot coach a class and work out at the same time. That's like, who should be driving the car while I'm in the backseat? No. You either have a driver or you're a passenger. You cannot be both. Either someone's steering the ship and guiding the class, or you're just in the backseat along for the ride. And if you have people that are working out, now there is one exception. If it's just you and maybe one other person, and that member's like, I would get way more value out of this class is after you warm me up and everything, we hit it together. That's a gray area that you can maybe talk about it then. And that's only if the person who you're coaching thinks that actually gives them more value, as opposed to what we try to do is turn it into a really good personal training session if it's just one person that shows up, especially if you're a new affiliate. But yeah, you can't imagine working out with a class of 10 people. What value are you providing those individuals? You're not. You're providing value for yourself by getting your workout in. So yeah, don't work out with your class.
You can work out with them. That's when you do fucking the turkey trot on Thanksgiving, or on you know, maybe Murph, or there's like 3 or 4 times a year where there's like some community event. Then you get in it with them. But
yeah,
right?
not
Right?
Murph. I don't do the Murph thing. No, if it's inside the walls of the gym, like we did. So we did a hike yesterday. Like I didn't sit at the bottom of the hill and wait for them to come back for the hike. I walked with them and we did the hike. If you were doing the turkey trot or whatever, like they do at Tablo, the purpose of that is actually you leading that. So you're going to run with your group. You're going to get to the top of the hill and take some photos. I'm talking about when you got squat, snatch, and rope climbs in the class.
Right.
And now you're loading up your barbell next to the people. It's like next to your members. There's no way they're getting any value out of that. They paid for a coach. They didn't pay for a workout partner.
It's like when people call into the show and talk for more than 2 minutes straight. It's not your show. Okay. 1:45. How leaders behave. How are you guys on time?
I'm okay. I gotta leave a little after 9.
Okay.
That gives me
How are you, Caleb?
10 or so minutes.
I'm good.
The servant must clear my desk for me. I can't be expected to move things. Look at it. This is fucking Prince Charles or King Charles now. Look at this crazy shit. He's sitting down at the desk, and he's frustrated that there's like he doesn't like the inkwell there. And instead of sliding it over himself, he asks someone else to slide it over for him. Now look at, here's President Trump. That guy's hat blows off. Trump goes and gets the hat for him, puts it back on his head, and fucking gives him a hug.
That man needs to secure his cover. Get a tighter hat.
Oh, there's some awesome moments with the knowledge you have there, Caleb. That's funny. It's funny that they put those two clips together like that too.
But that's appropriate what Trump did, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No, that's because I mean, in his defense, he did a really good job of keeping his bearing and not like chasing after his cover. Because you're not supposed to. You're not even supposed to react. Like you're just like, well, that happened. Move on. So
hey, do those have chin straps or anything?
Those ones do not. Some of them do, but I think it's I think the Army has the chin strap.
Hey, you think did he get in trouble for that?
No, probably not. But he probably will figure out how to tighten down his cover next time though.
Awesome. Okay, this is talking about a Nick Diaz fight. He doesn't even fight anymore. I got rid of that.
So you could tell the notes are old.
Yeah. 147. We'll just let this play for itself. See what comes to mind. Oh, okay. Oh, we did this one already, right? We did this one. Okay. This is about setting boundaries. Okay.
We did, yeah.
If I would have set boundaries every time someone told me to set boundaries when I worked at my 15 years at CrossFit Inc., I would have had 1/20th the success that I had.
But you would have boundaries.
Yeah, I setting boundaries. I feel like it's been stolen by the victim mentality. Caller, hi.
Sevan, what's up?
What's up,
Jeremy?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, Jeremy?
Hey, what's up, Matt? How's it going?
Are we gonna get
Beaver, how you doing?
Are you gonna give us your rendition of this story so I don't have to read it?
No, it's the other story that I DM'd you.
Yeah. Are you gonna? That's what I mean. Are you gonna tell us the story?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to keep it under 2 minutes.
Okay.
Smart man.
But it has to do with the. So I'm a black dude, right? And I live in Milwaukee, right down the road from Heidi, but she doesn't want to hang out with me. But that's a whole nother story. I'm just kidding. But so anyways, long time ago, I've had so many lucky
I guess, lucky interactions with cops. I'm a black guy in a very segregated city, but I've gotten really lucky. Anyways, a long time ago, my buddy's 21st birthday, he wants to go out. He comes and picks me up. We go to a bar. He brought this girl along with him. We're having a good time. We're getting pretty drunk. Me and this girl end up hitting it off. We're like making out at the bar, whatever. Go back to his place. Now he lives very like in Milwaukee. I'm way on the south side. He's way on the north side. And we're drinking. We're having fun. We get to his place. He's like, hey, I got to go meet somebody real quick. So it's just me and her. So, of course, we're, one thing leads to another. We're hooking up. He comes back, and he's, like, all pissed off that we're hooking up. And so I'm like, well, I asked her, like, you want to get out of here? And I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't drive here. He drove me here. So, like, I had to, like, dude, I was not the most stand-up guy back in the day. I'm like, hey, dude, I got to get something from your car. Can I get your keys? So, oh, it was terrible, dude. I was so bad. So I take his keys, take the girl. We're driving, right? Dead of winter, Wisconsin. It's cold as hell outside. We get on an off-ramp and the car breaks down. And I'm like, oh, shit. Now I'm sitting with this girl. I barely know her. I'm just trying to hook up, finish the deal. I'm in my buddy's car. It's, like I said, cold as hell.
That you stole. That you stole.
That I basically stole from him. And so there's this parking lot. I'm like, well, I guess I'll just push the car there. It's like 2 a.m. too. Like, I can't really call anybody. I'm like, what the hell am I about to do? So I'm pushing this car with her in it. I'm pushing it. I get halfway through. All of a sudden, beep, cop comes. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Hey, you could have sold those underwear. The time I pushed a car underwear. Anyway, just another side business.
What a crazy story. That's hilarious. The underwear shit. So yeah, cop comes. I'm like, all right. Now I'm in the part of town where it's like predominantly white people. I'm this black guy, 2 o'clock in the morning, pushing a car across a busy street. He's like, hey, what's going on? He's like really cool. He's like, really, like this happens all the time. And I'm like, oh yeah. I don't know exactly. I don't borrow my buddy's car. I'm pushing it. It broke down. I'm pushing it into this parking lot. And, I was going to call and get somebody to pick us up to take me to my car. He's like, no problem. He gets out, starts pushing the car with me, shooting the shit, get it in the parking lot. He's like, how far is your car from here? I'm like, it's like 10 minutes. You want to ride? Sure. No, at no point did he ask for my license or anything. He's like, all right, you and the girl hop in the back of the car, the cruiser or whatever. I'm like, all right. So we get in the back of the cruiser. Him and I start talking. This girl was very horny. I'll say that. She reaches down my pants and is like doing stuff to me while I'm like still kind of drunk, talking to this police officer. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. Get to my car. Still no question about license, nothing.
Did he ever ask the girl? Did he ever ask the girl any questions either? Like, hey, do you feel safe? Or
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Oh, she felt safe.
Totally. Yeah. I'm like, this is crazy, And
you got a handy in the back of a cop car.
I did. I did. I'm not even kidding. Like, it actually happened. I'm like, holy shit. So, long story short, gets me to my car again, doesn't ask, just drives, hey, have a good day, blah, blah, blah. And I get in my car, take her to my place and, seal the deal. But, like, point is, there's all these narratives out there about white cops getting after, and that's just one story. I have other scenarios where I should have been locked up for sure for, doing dumb shit. But like,
but you chose the story where you got a handy. I appreciate that, by the way. I would have fucking hung up on you a long time ago if you didn't have a handy.
He knows his audience. That's
yeah.
Yeah. I figured you guys would appreciate it. But like this narrative that white cops are out to get black people and blah, blah, blah. I live in one of the most segregated cities. I'm a black guy. I freaking, some people have said, oh, you look intimidating, blah, blah, blah. Like, I have had so many run-ins with cops where I should have been in trouble, and I don't know. I get lucky and I get off. So
how many years ago is this?
I'm 37 now. I think it was 21. So like 16 years ago, long time ago.
Are you still friends with that dude?
He's dead.
Oh shit.
We kind of like, no, it's fine. Like we broke connection for a while. The last I heard is like he went to Mexico and died. I was like, oh, well,
shit.
That's
drugs or violence?
I don't know. I I have no idea. That's all I heard. I haven't talked to his family or anything. That's what I heard from. He went to this church nearby, and like my parents knew his family, and they said that he went to Mexico. He was gay, so he went to Mexico to follow some dude.
Wait a second. You took a girl from a gay dude?
I did.
Why was he so mad?
Man.
God, I wonder if that's why he's gay. I wonder if you fucking pushed him over the edge.
Turning gay.
It could be. I've also pushed women the other way too by like denying them, and then they've come out as gay like not too long after. So I don't know. Maybe I had that effect on people.
Hey, did you see the podcast we did with Tommy G from Milwaukee?
Hell yeah, I did. I reached out to him afterwards. He said come through and we'll do some jiu-jitsu. So
what a cool dude, right?
Happen. He's incredible. My God, what he's doing is absolutely incredible.
That I don't know if you've watched any of his documentaries, but did you see that he has that one documentary and there's like these 20 black kids and one white kid all standing in the middle of the street, and they all have Gucci bags and they all have one machine gun and one handgun. So a day after he did that, or the day after he was on the podcast, he texted me and said that white kid had killed someone and went to jail.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was like, yeah, what do you think's gonna fucking happen? It's a bunch of fucking boys, 16 years old, 13 to 16 years old, standing in the streets, each of them armed with 2 or 3 guns. It's like, yeah, someone's gonna get shot.
It's just a matter of time.
Right. Exactly.
God, Milwaukee's just a trip. I've been looking at real estate there too. I cannot fucking believe how inexpensive it is to live there.
It's super cheap, especially if you're in those parts of town that Tommy G goes to. I mean, like when I bought a house, I lived way on the south side in the suburbs. And, it's still cheap, compared to especially where you guys are at. But I mean, house, 4-bedroom house up where he goes. I mean, it'd be like 60,000, 70. It's just super cheap because it is so. You don't want to be there. You don't want to be walking through it, let alone live in those areas of town. It's terrible. It's constant crime. It's just nuts, man.
Damn.
All right. Well, thank you for a great story.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm glad I finally called in. I mean, I listen every day and, comments, but I figured, you know what? How about a good hand job in the cop car?
Yeah.
Didn't disappoint.
Yeah, thank you. That was a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, thanks.
All right, later,
Thanks
Jeremy.
for having me, guys.
Later, brother.
Bye.
Peace.
I think
awesome.
I think that's a kind of a milestone for this show. I think that's like we've turned a corner.
A hand job in a cop car story.
I mean, it's just those are the kind of stories I want to hear.
That's crazy.
It's like appropriate to the context of the social milieu that we talk about and the seriousness of it, and yet the nuance of 18-year-old boy sexual gratification. This mix of, I just liked it. I think it's good.
It also shows the power.
Milieu? I don't know what it means. A person's social environment. Yeah. Like the social, the milieu of just the all the stuff we talk about, like COVID and racism and trannies and abortion, killing babies, and it's just like those are all like the big social topics, and that's the social environment we live in. Did I use the word wrong? Someone tell me. I'm open.
No, I didn't know that word. Thank you for enlightening me. So
yeah, expanding our vocabulary. It also it was a good story because earlier we were talking about, even if a chick puts water balloons underneath her bra, we know that that's just happened in front of us. But think about being driven to action so much with the chick that you're gonna like take your buddy's car. You're gonna break down. You're gonna push it across the thing. You're gonna risk a DUI. You're gonna get.
You will do unreasonable things.
Talking about jumping through hoops of fire there to make that happen.
Got to.
I'm gonna. Let me see.
That's impressive.
God, I want to show you the video that I've seen of that. I don't know if I. What you know about? No, that's not it.
The same 30 songs on Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Yay. Fuck, we are so lame.
We are lame.
And then it's funny too, because all those people online that do all those trends call themselves creatives. You're not fucking creative.
No.
You're just waiting for the next TikTok trend to come out.
Creative
So you do the same dumb
influencers.
shit. Yeah. I'm so creative. I did this thing before only 100 other people had done it when I did it. Now thousands of other people did it. So, now they're copying me.
Dude, he wasn't wrong about those lots of land in Milwaukee.
Oh, dude, it's so cheap. I was looking at like 5-bedroom homes, 3,500 square feet that are $100,000, 3 stories, wraparound decks. I know, it's nuts. Look at this. Chase Bryan, our first house was 3-bedroom, 1 bath, 25,000.
What?
Bird it for $50K, $950 a month. I don't know what that means.
Bird it.
What is it even? What?
I don't know.
It's like a technique in real estate.
Is it?
Yeah. You should. I just saw this thing that Andrew Tate tweeted. This would be right up your alley, Sevan. It's they told you the BLM protests don't spread COVID because the cause was noble, and you still got the vaccine.
It's Tardville. We live in Tardville.
Nonsense like that.
Hey, but what's crazy is you can lump that up with all one political party. It's
Right.
just the Democrats.
Yeah.
How is anyone still voting that way?
Ask your neighbors, Sevan.
Say that again.
Ask your neighbors.
I know. That no one wants to talk to me. No one wants to talk to me. No one wants to talk to me. I hear family members in my house whispering.
Right now?
No.
Oh,
I'm just saying. Like they'll be like I'll hear them be like, "Oh my God." Like that, like just in Trump and DeSantis panic. I've heard family members like just like I've heard my Dem family members like in whispering to each other because they're scared. I'm gonna come over there and fucking drop a dose of reality on them. You guys want to see Katrin's doppelganger? Oh,
Yes.
what's this? What's 218? A poo strap.
Oh my God.
Poo strap.
Oh boy.
Is that a gun that's made of poo? Oh, no, this is brilliant. This is fucking brilliant. The poo strap. I wonder if you have one. I wonder if the U.S. military would probably buy fucking $100 million worth of these. Do you know what it is, Caleb? The poo strap?
Do you have it on right now, Caleb? Do you have the poo strap on?
It's 218. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have it on.
Hold on. Instagram just kicked me out of our account. So let me.
But I would do an entire show wearing the poo strap. Just tie it to my desk. Yeah, you know the poo strap, Kenneth? Did you send it to me? This thing is crazy. Drop a deuce of reality on them. Yes.
I can't pull it up. Can you pull it up?
Yeah, what?
I love 218. The
218.
poo strap.
Thank you. Oh wait,
God,
no,
this-
mine only goes to 52.5. You're gonna have to do it.
Okay, I'm on deck. I'm on deck.
My notes will end.
Okay, here we go.
Too soon.
Here's the poo strap. Enjoy, people. This is and it's real. So
Oh, that's fucking genius.
it's basically a weight belt with long straps that you put around a tree and you can just lean back.
Oh,
Or
that's
around
so
your toe
good.
hitch. And look, the guy's even holding toilet paper.
Yeah, it's got a little pocket right there for it. You see? Little
Oh,
toilet
yeah,
paper
yeah, yeah,
rolling
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I need one of those.
Yeah, right? It's probably cleaner than the bathrooms you use.
Dude.
And look at this duck
sure.
they got on here. The poo strap.
You want to know how they clean our bathrooms?
Yeah, tell me. My God.
They take the shower heads, and they like turn it to like so it's like a jet, and then they just spray down the walls, and then they put it back on and then walk out.
Is that a government job? Is that a government job? Is that an enlisted man's job, or is that a contractor?
Contractor.
Oh fuck!
Damn.
That even pisses me off even more.
Government dollars at work.
Can you look up in the Urban Dictionary upper decker? Have you ever done an upper decker?
You don't know what it is?
No. Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
An upper decker. Have I done one?
Probably not. You would have done. It takes a little bit of ingenuity to do it.
Upper decker. Step 1, make sure nobody's around. 2, quietly open the lid of the upper section of the victim's toilet. 3, quietly place the lid down on the floor. Then take a nice shit in the upper section of the toilet without letting anyone hear you. Wipe your ass. Step 6, place the soil toilet paper in the upper. So I'm shitting on the lid?
Inside
Under
of
the
like
lid.
yeah, so it's like the water tank, you know, when your toilet's messed up and you lift the lid so you can see what's going on.
Oh,
It's doing it
Yeah.
in there and then putting the lid back on it.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Place the soil toilet paper in the upper section of the toilet. It's not called the upper section. That it's what that's called like the water basin. Slowly lift the lid off the floor with your fingers under it and carefully bring it over to the toilet. Here's the hard part. With your fingers under the lid, slowly place the lid on the toilet. No false moves or you're screwed. Leave and don't let anyone see you. Why not just hang your ass in that thing and take a shit in there? Hey, isn't that the water you're supposed to drink if there's like an earthquake?
What?
Like, you know, like if your water gets turned off, aren't you supposed to drink the water that's in that basin? That's clean water, right? That's emergency water.
Oh my gosh.
I think we were taught that.
technically.
So if you take a shit in there, you ruin someone's emergency water supply.
Yeah.
I like
in there.
I've never done this, but I like the thought of dry docking. Like if I would have known about that in high school, do you know about that? You turn the water off and then you flush the toilet so it's empty and then you drop a deuce in there.
Oh, that is
The
not
act of
dry
placing-
docking. That's not dry docking.
The act of placing two penises head to head where at least one penis has not been circumcised and roll the foreskin from one penis onto and over the other. Wow. Oh my goodness.
The algorithm's gonna love this show.
God, I would have just liked to have stopped at Jeremy's story. That was good. A handy in the cop car. Wow.
That was our peak.
That was a climax.
It's all downhill now.
Okay. Let's see if we can leave with something funny. Is there anything funny? Oh, here's a good quote from a guy, Theodore Vale, I saw the other day. Real difficulties can be overcome. It's only the imaginary ones that are unconquerable. Real difficulties can be overcome. It's only the imaginary ones that are unconquerable. Put your fucking peanut on that. Democrats, all of their fucking issues are fucking imaginary. Oh man, 241. I can't wait to do that one someday.
Someday.
It's just too long.
Yeah.
Kanye. Poor Kanye. Poor Kanye. So you guys don't have any of these ones down here on the bottom?
I do.
Oh.
How come you got them and I didn't? That's weird.
Hey, I guess Johnny Depp's going to do another Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes.
Make 300 million off
You
that.
like those movies, Caleb?
They're just nostalgic for me.
Cat's out of the bag now, kid. Cat's out of the bag. It's too late.
I've tried to watch. I've tried to watch those. I can't watch them.
They filmed one like right where I used to live, and I thought that was super cool when I was a kid. So that was like,
yeah, Sevan can't suspend your belief.
The suspension of disbelief.
Suspend
suspension.
belief?
I can't do it. Yeah, I'm just like, it's like the Muppet Show gone bad.
That's how I feel about all romantic comedies too. You know,
Oh,
and
you
like,
do?
Yeah, because there's times and then like they're in the middle of the baseball thing and he's like, and I love you. And then there's like a big pan out and everybody in the stadium's applauding for him. Like he would get out on the field somehow and he'd be fucking tackled by security. There'd be no, moment. And they all have the same plot. Like, happy-go-lucky couple gets into some sort of issue, usually involving their family. It seems like it's too far gone.
A deep misunderstanding.
The boyfriend or girlfriend travels far away. They have a shitty part of their life. They can't stop thinking about him, and somehow they reconnect.
Every Hallmark movie.
Epic, magical moment.
Every Hallmark movie is the same.
God. Just tough.
Okay, let's do two more. You guys don't have. Do you have 269?
Yeah, I do.
We'll do that one and then 267. 269 is this guy Andrew Tate. This one is, I think I've said this on the show probably 50 times, but let's hear it from Andrew Tate. He says it pretty good, maybe better than me. I like romantic comedies. What's wrong with me?
I mean, you could like them, but just
what's wrong with me?
Really gotta suspend your belief then.
Okay, here we go.
So they're literally barely sentient individuals. If I was the kind of person, if I was walking around with a mask on and screaming at my fellow man in supermarket, and I've now realized that I was wrong because COVID is still here and I'm not wearing a mask anymore, neither is anyone else, I would feel deep shame. I would be apologetic. I would literally be saying to the world, I can't believe they fooled me like that. I don't know who you were, who I was yelling at in the supermarket. You were smarter than me. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. They fooled me. They tricked me. These people don't even feel shame. They don't even feel sorry. They don't even sit and go, wow, they made a fool out of me. It doesn't even cross their minds. They're on to the next thing now. Slava Ukraine. Next thing. They don't give a shit. And it's just truly amazing that they can destroy someone's life for 3 years and then recruit these people to go out there and push the agenda for them. And all the people who were tools of an agenda, now the agenda is over, are not sentient enough to sit and go, wow, they fooled me. I need to think more carefully next time they try and fool me. No, they just continue with the programming. These people are completely and utterly slave-minded, genuinely slaves. They live inside of a system, and the system they're going to purport and fight to defend is going to destroy them. They're not fighting for a system which is going to give them anything other than absolute slavery and tyranny. It's truly incredible to watch and realize slave-minded.
It's true, they're slaves. It's kind of funny, actually. Unfortunately, maybe something's wrong with me. But if you don't feel shame, if you wore a mask and you don't feel shame,
unconscious.
Maybe you still believe the narrative, but if you woke up and you don't feel shame for what you did to your fellow man, if you haven't like thought, holy fuck, I spread fear and lies that hurt little kids, millions of little kids, you're something that's fucking wrong with you. You are of the craziest slave mindset. You're actually just a slave. It's so nuts. He says it so well. You participated in that. It's okay. I'm ashamed that I ever fucking voted for Hillary Clinton. I'm fucking so ashamed. It's not a bad thing. I feel alive when I feel ashamed that I did that. I'm ashamed that I fucking voted for Barack Obama. I'm ashamed that I voted for people who insisted to keep fucking black people down under the guise of trying to uplift them. I'm ashamed that I ever voted for anyone who thinks that genital mutilation is okay. It sucks, especially if kids. I'm over it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like, oh my God, I have trouble sleeping at night. I think I'm a healthy human being for being ashamed of it. Being ashamed is good. It's a test. If you don't feel some sort of shame, then you should be proud. That's like your radar. People are like, if the hair stands on the back of your head, you should trust your judgment. Well, same shame. Just think of shame as like that. It's okay. It's different than the kind of shame you feel. Let's say if like you're 5 years old and you accidentally poop your pants and you feel ashamed. You shouldn't feel ashamed for that. You're 5. You got to figure that one out as you get older. Everyone's got a story where they pooped their pants as a little kid and it traumatized them. I'm not talking about that kind of shame. I'm talking about like adult. Yeah, recently.
A recent one.
Have you deuced your pants since you've been over there, overseas, Caleb?
Dude, it's been dangerously close. You know how far it is to the bathroom out here?
Is it far?
Dude, it's like 100 yards.
Oh, dude.
And you like, it's never like gradual, like, you know what? Maybe I do have to go poop. Let's go fucking walk out to the bathroom. It's like,
immediate. You're gonna shit your pants right now if you don't sprint over there, and if you do sprint over there, you're gonna shit your pants anyway because you're jostling everything around.
Yes. I would be screwed because I'm the kind of person who waits till I'm prairie dogging. Every time I take a shit, I'm like, I wonder if that touched my underwear.
100%.
I'm a total dilly dally
at all times.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What was the other one we were going to show? That one was good too.
267.
Oh yeah, tattoo. This is good. Well, this kind of wraps the whole thing up with tattoos and everything. Wrap your fucking peanut around this fucking quote here. My 14-year-old nephew wanted to get a tattoo, so we brought him in. They denied him one because they said he wasn't old enough to make an informed consent on something so permanent. So we took him to a gender reassignment surgery instead.
Oh my goodness. That is the logic.
When tattoo parlors are more responsible than medical doctors, it might be a problem.
Wow.
Well said, Caleb.
Yeah.
I remember asking my dad for a motorcycle when I was 12. He said, when you're 14. When I was 14, he said, when you're 16. I remember asking my mom wanting a nose job my sophomore year in high school. My mom saying, sure, when you're 24, when your nose stops growing. Little did I know your nose never stops growing. These are the things responsible adults tell kids. What if my mom would have been like, yeah, your nose really is huge. Let's get it fixed. I understand.
And your mom might be a Kardashian.
Fucking nuts. What if my dad? Now I'm not saying that no kid at 14 years old should get a motorcycle, but it was clearly most 14-year-olds shouldn't. 99%.
Goodness.
Especially latchkey kid like myself. All right, guys. Tomorrow morning we have Xavier DeRosa on the show. You can't see my text messages in my glasses, can you? You can.
A little reflection, but I can't see anything to read it. But people,
My text messages are my text messages. I'm not transparent with them. Thank you to Gabe. Make sure you go out and order from Paper Street Coffee today before midnight. There's some sort of other deal that happens tomorrow, but I would go with today with 25% off. And the free shipping with over $50. Thank you always to California Hormones, CAHormones.com, code Sevan to get your free doctor's consultation. If you live in California, you can also get free blood work. And also, you should know that California Hormones has got behind us this year to help us cover Wadapalooza, which I'm so pumped about. It's going to be good. Going to be really fun. That was fun last year, sending Souza over there, and he roams around with the camera, and Will Plummer and Heidi Kroom. And am I missing anyone?
Caleb was there last year.
Caleb, will you be there this year?
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And Dick Butterby. And tomorrow we have Xavier DeRosa on, a guy who's had a similar journey to myself in the sense that he has he's I guess what they call it, red pilling. Is that what they call it? What's happened to us? We got red pilled.
Yep.
And then Monday or Tuesday, I think I'm traveling. One of the days I'm traveling, there's not a show scheduled.
That's Thursday.
Susan's trying to give me the day off. I refuse, and I will figure out a way.
Yeah. Stand by for the late night live call-in.
Yeah.
Once you get set up in Newport.
I would like to do probably on next Thursday, like at 10 p.m. What time is that for you? 10 p.m. our time.
10 p.m.
It's like 5 a.m. or something. Yeah.
10 p.m.
Do you work? What's your Fridays? Do you teach classes on Friday morning?
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck Ola, you're fucked.
All morning on Fridays.
And all right, that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.